But if they didn't, they couldn't. They're too hurt, fam. They can't. They don't. They're missing
But they
half their
stopped. They
defense,
stopped
man.
Kansas City the last two possessions. They had the
Well, don't forget,
opportunities.
no, Kansas City stopped himself with those play calls. If you don't give it to me cold
They
hearted,
sure enough
why
did.
you?
They sure.
Yeah,
That boy went
they
hard
had
the
up
whole
the
game. I'm sorry, bro. They didn't stop them.
that
They stopped themselves with play
that
calls.
that last possession. The Bills, that was it right there for them. They knew it. It was down. It was less than 3 minutes. They was in Kansas City territory. That was their time. That was their time. And if they didn't do it at that possession, then it wasn't gonna work. And um Josh Allen, he sacrificed that easy um cross route that Stephon Diggs was open on to
Wide
go for that
open.
home run. And then on that second play, I think the same thing. There was plays there that he could have made that could have got them closer for the field goal kicker. But they just didn't capitalize. That's just what it is. It wasn't like they didn't have they had the opportunity. They had the opportunity and they just didn't capitalize.
So before we get all into it, man, let me drop it.
Yeah, God, to make moves. Doobie don't snooze. It's on your back, cause they hate you. Dog break through, son get through, but don't break you. Homie make.
Yeah. What's up, guys? This is Parlay with us, giving you guys the playoff post game show. Man, we coming on a little bit late after after these exciting games today, man. Both games was exciting. We watched the Lions handle business against Tampa Bay, and we just finished watching the Magic Pat and the Kansas City Chiefs, man, squeak it past Buffalo. Buffalo did play hard. Don't get me wrong. I could see what Stoney was saying. What's his name didn't make any mistakes in the game until he rushed a few things with that touchdown that he tried to go for the deep one, and he got lucky on the fumble. So at the end of the game, yes, once again, I think poise kind of um took made a factor. The poise kind of ran a little bit. They got a little tense at the end as far as Buffalo's concerned, and Pat Mahomes was just waiting for his turn to try to make sure he solidified the game. And to tell you the truth, the defense on KC handled their biz tonight. That's what it is. KC, I mean, not just the defense. I mean, Pat threw what, 2 touchdowns. Pacheco ran for one or whatever, and
Yeah, they running game, everything.
run a game.
They
Pacheco
played
shot
they
like me and
played
Stacks was saying. Shout out to Pacheco.
they played how
Pacheco
they had
doing
to
this.
play
Yo, he
to
ran
win this
hard.
game. They played how they played how they had to play to win the game. And it came down to Buffalo not capitalizing on their opportunity. That's what this game came down to. What team wasn't going to be able to capitalize down the stretch? Because we knew it was going to be a tight game. And Buffalo had two opportunities. They stopped. Look at that. KC was driving to really put away the game earlier. They was gonna put away the game earlier, and they fumbled in the red zone. They fumbled at the goal line, damn near. And Buffalo had that opportunity to take the lead or tie it. That was a key possession for Buffalo. Um, they had the opportunities, and that's what it came down to. It came down to what team was going to capitalize on their opportunities down the stretch, because this game was going to be that tight. And it was another case of it, because when these two teams played the last time in the playoffs, it was the same thing. It was
Same
back
thing.
and forth.
Same thing. No.
And what
Stony,
team
say it
was
right.
going to capitalize the opportunity? And
Stony,
Kansas
say
City
it right.
capitalized last time.
Say it right, Stony. Every time they play each other in the playoffs, it's the same
It's
game.
tight. It's just tight. It's that tight where
every
it comes
time.
down to what team is going to capitalize and not make that turnover. It's going to convert the fourth down, convert a field goal kick. That's what it just came down to, man. The field goal kicker had an opportunity to tie the game, and then he missed it. That's what it came down to. That's just how tight these games are. You got to be on point. You got to be perfect. You know, you just can't be playing around. This time. This is this type of rivalry. Like every team has to be perfect. Whoever is not perfect towards the end, the results are going to show, and that's what happened in this case.
It can't be a
KC was
rivalry.
perfect.
It can't be a rivalry when they beat your ass 4 times in the playoffs. You know, it's not a
Yeah,
rivalry.
but people are not. They're not taking into account the record on the. I mean, no doubt the playoffs count, but the regular season, the Bills been getting over on KC.
Now, Pat make his money in the playoffs.
He makes his money in the playoffs, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So you're right. You're right, and that was the case with the Colts and the Patriots early in the season in their rivalry. Same thing. Colts couldn't beat the Patriots.
What up, nephew? What's up?
That's the case with the Bills. They just can't beat KC. So who knows? I mean,
they can't beat them when it
to
counts.
look at in the future.
They can't beat them when it counts. Yo, shout out to Mahomes. Shout out to Andy Reid. Man, they do a great job with that shit, man. Let me tell you something. To beat them in the playoffs, you better come in there. You better come in there correct. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody thought this was their year to get knocked out the playoffs. Fooled y'all niggas.
Fooled y'all.
You know what I'm saying?
No, for real. I was saying that they fooled them, and I'm trying to tell you guys. I told you I know. Okay, Josh Allen, was supposed to be. This is his time. Supposed to be his coming out party out the AFC, but for some reason, like you guys just said it. You can't not count. You can't count out Pat Mahomes.
You can't count out any team with a great quarterback.
Coach, they still got a solid program over there. It's not like their program's falling apart over there. You know what I mean? It's just that the receiver situation wasn't doing too well towards the middle and the end of the season. But look, they squeaked through, if y'all want to call it squeaking through. They squeaked through the season, man, and look where they at now. They going to the AFC Championship.
Hey, Beats, Kelsey showed up today.
Kelsey showed up today because he know they was gonna call people's going. He probably would have been a bum if he didn't show up. And yes, nephew Atiba, you want to know, is that an easy kick to make? And I know you guys are down there in Trinidad and more soccer enthused fans down there. But yes, that should have been an easy kick to make. 44 yards is somewhat of a chip shot, but with the weather being the case, sometimes the wind.
But he should have made it. I mean, KC kicker, he made it through the wind. KC,
I mean, so
this is crunch time. You gotta
crunch time, and sometimes
and make that kick.
Sometimes they listen. What game was we missed watching earlier? When was it the same? Who missed the 23-yarder? So was that yesterday's game? I can't remember. Somebody missed a chip shot, during these weekend games. So yeah, these field goals, Tiva, supposed to be easy, especially from 44, 30 something, 20 something. Those are chip shots, what they call in football. But man, if the play don't go perfect, they will miss it. It has to be perfect. With that being said,
shout out to my man Allen today. He called me today confident with the Kansas City was going to win that game to the tune of he took 500 to the window. I couldn't believe he was doing that shit. I told him he was crazy. I don't think they can win. I said I just don't think they could beat. Yo, I know, shout out you can have the day off from work tomorrow, dog. I know I wouldn't even bother calling. I know you hit tonight. He called me confident that he knew that they was gonna beat Buffalo. And I try to argue him not to do it. He did it.
Yeah, I told you guys, man, my prediction was from last week. I said, don't let Magic Pat have that feeling. And he had that feeling. It was him. He orchestrated. He commanded that game, man. So shout out to Pat Mahomes, man. No matter what, man. People say this, that. The dude's a good quarterback. It's at the he's a great quarterback. He's gonna end up being one of them dudes. So What's up, though? Any you want to chime in on any of this? How you feel about this Buffalo game?
Andy
Because
Reid was trying to give him that game because there's no way Nicole Hardman should have any business carrying no ball in the first quarter when he did a sweep on the goal line. That was stupid. He's running, Pacheco's running crazy, pass slinging it. He's giving them this shit on the goal line. But like Stoney said, man, they had their chances.
They had their chances. They had their chances.
I still think, man, my thing is if Buffalo, and it is woulda, coulda, shoulda, coulda, whatever. When they lost the players they lost, it's hard to start Pat full throttle.
But on defense, on defense though, they had the ball, and on offense, the offense was intact, and they had the ball.
I'm just giving my thing of the game, fam. I gotta talk about both sides of the ball. I'm just giving my opinion. My opinion is, in my opinion, Kansas City hasn't looked like this all year. They haven't.
They played possum.
They haven't. They smell blood in the water. They're going against second and third string cornerbacks, fam, and safeties. Like, you're right. They did have the chance at offense. But what I'm telling you, Buffalo, this is when the Buffalo team. That's all my biggest thing about this game that I said could be a problem for Buffalo. If you go back and look at the show, was the defense. I was worried about that. Yes, Crook, you're right. The offense let them down. And my other problem is, I don't know what's going on with Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. I don't know what that's all about, but they haven't been on the same page for weeks. And going into this game, predicting this game, we probably should have thought of that, because I'm going to keep it 100 with you. If he ain't working with him, if they ain't in lock and two-step, it's tough for them to score too, because Allen's doing everything, rushing the ball, running the ball. It's hard to win like that when you have no help, as good as he is. And I fuck with Josh Allen, but damn, you running 70 yards, goal line. You didn't do the check down. I knew Chris Jones was coming, but he was wide open. He was going for the home run. That was a mistake. It wasn't a turnover, but that was a mistake.
Yeah. Going for the home run was the mistake.
But that y'all act surprised. That's what Josh does, though.
No, you're right. You're right. But I believe in the past.
About that to me, that's what he does.
But I believe in the past. But Stacks, you know he should target Diggs 10 times. He used to force it to Diggs 10 times a game. Diggs had like 4 or 5 targets today. Something's not right with that.
I wasn't even surprised he did that shit. That's what he does. He does that. That's what he does. He tries to make that.
To me, that's basically a turnover.
Yeah.
Crook, that's basically a turnover when you're going for the whole kit and caboodle.
They still had another shot. Like,
but then again,
they had opportunities. That's what it comes down to.
No, you're right. In a way, you're right. You're saying it was like a turnover by going for that home run. But imagine if somebody would have blown the coverage on that, and that would have been a TD.
But they didn't blow the coverage.
No. But they didn't. You know what it was? It was Chris Jones pressure. The pressure of Chris Jones.
Beans, I understand, but they were playing for a field goal. If you know how Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, you guys know how they play. You check the average targets for him. If this was 7-8 weeks ago, 9 weeks ago, he would have hit him on that cross. It would have been a short play. Jones wouldn't have had time for shit. He was looking down the field. That gave Jones that amount of time. Like I said, they were playing for a field goal anyway. If you think about the way they were running that clock, running the ball, letting it go down to the 2-minute warning, they were 30, 40 yards out, fam. They were playing for a field goal anyway. So all of a sudden he decides to go to the end zone.
I think they was trying to win the game. The problem was they should have gotten closer in case they had to kick a field goal. That's what the whole thing was. They was trying to sacrifice that for the home run.
Crazy. That's bad coaching. And I'm sorry.
You know what?
He's out of there.
No.
I'm gonna tell y'all. Hold on.
That
shit's getting blown up. It's getting blown up. You got us. The coach is gone. Diggs is gone. It's gonna be some shit shaking in Buffalo. You can believe that.
not
Don't believe
there'll be
that
some
shit.
shaking, but they should listen. They shouldn't shake the coach. I wouldn't shake the coach.
Dog, he can't beat KC. He can't
Nah,
beat him.
man,
How many years? 3
you
years?
can't give
3
up on that. You can't give up on that.
Got to.
Coward couldn't beat the Patriots. You know what I mean? Like,
But
did they give up on them?
eventually he did. But eventually he did.
Eventually he did. So give this guy a chance.
And it take him no goddamn 4 tries to do it either. You
No,
know,
well, listen, it's not his fault. I mean, his kicker didn't make the field goal. His quarterback didn't make the throws that he should have made.
Yeah, but if he hit the wins,
there was
listen, you made a
throws
good
that he
point,
should have
Coach.
made.
He was doing both. In my opinion, he was trying to win, but he was trying to tie. If you go back and watch that. He didn't put that kicker in a good enough spot. You got to get him closer with the wind blowing like that.
Well, he didn't do that.
43 yards and the fucking wind's blowing like that.
But listen, he didn't do that. He didn't do that on the first pass. The first pass, he was trying to go for that touchdown, which he could have had if he had a little bit more time. But Chris Jones got in there. Chris Jones got in there enough time where it disrupted that throw. And that's why it was short.
I believe he didn't see Diggs because Jones came from that side where Diggs was running wide.
Jones didn't even hit him.
Well, Jones made that
offensive lineman right.
He was pushing the lineman. The lineman was making that difference. Yeah, but you know that's pressure. Once you see the lineman come,
he could have hit the crosser. I'm telling you, he could have hit the crosser. He could have hit Diggs. You all know
he was looking.
We all know.
Yeah, if he was looking there, he was looking there first, he wasn't looking there.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Let me just do it once again, man.
Have him come to the Patriots. I'll take him.
Not dropping them deep balls.
Listen, this is Parlay with us, man. We're doing a post-game show.
He could be a possession receiver, nigga.
Yeah, one of our first ever post-game show. We never.
Go to Sheffield.
Yeah, that kid was good. That kid was balling too.
He dropped a 60-yard pass.
But some of these kids some of their receivers was on the Bill side.
Sick if I was a Buffalo fan. I wouldn't be able to even go to work.
Oh no, they sick right now.
That was funny, Beans. Kansas City ain't dropped shit today.
They sure enough didn't.
They ain't dropped shit today.
Everybody was catching that rock today.
They was making the day. I said,
they was catching the ball.
I see my man Valdez Scantling. Shout out to St. Pete. Valdez Scantling.
He caught the ball. It's a wrap.
I was like, the Kansas City's winning this game.
When that Stonehand motherfucker caught the ball, I was like, it's a wrap.
But yeah, man, please hit the like and subscribe, people. Hit the like, subscribe, the thumbs up button, share this with all your peoples on all social media. Please spread the love. Hit those likes, man. Give me 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 likes today. I appreciate it. It costs nothing. So yeah, man, I will go down Saturday's game. So Saturday we had some good games, guys. Saturday we had the game. The first game of the day was the Texans versus the Ravens. That game ended up being 34-10 Ravens over the Texans. In the beginning of the game, the Texans looked like they was competing.
Yes,
when it was tied 10-10. And I think it was tied 10-10 all the way up until the halftime.
Yep.
And they were playing, man. The kid Stroud was coming, he was ready to play. He ended up with his numbers wasn't that great. He ended up with 19 for 33, 175, no TDs. And nobody else really did anything on his team.
That Baltimore made him look like a rookie quarterback.
The Baltimore defense made him look like a rookie.
He looked like a rookie.
The second half, he did. First half, he was hanging in there. I mean, it was tied.
Yeah. He was hanging. He was getting. He was hustling. He was getting beat up, but he was
first
hanging.
Half, but the second half, yeah, the
second half.
I kind of disagree because you got to put up some points if you consider yourself a league.
That's what right.
Yeah, but if you're going
to give me 7, Stoney, at least 7.
No doubt. But if you're going into halftime tied and then before
and that's what
halftime,
they do the special teams though.
Okay, hold on a second. They sacked Lamar Jackson twice before the half was over for losses.
Yeah.
So that I felt like
I'm
that was a
telling you, they were
momentum going into the
balling.
second half. They just couldn't capitalize on that.
Their
That's what I'm
defense,
saying.
so
you guys always said it. Everybody on this thing said it in basketball. When your offense is good, it makes for good defense. That's why I was telling stats. Their defense was playing good. I thought their defense played good. How you
Oh,
gonna
yes, they
keep
did.
going down
They
when
were
your
balling.
offense is letting you down?
Well, just call a spade a spade. Shout out to Harbaugh went in halftime and made adjustments.
He did.
yeah, exactly. That's what
that's
happened.
Exactly
He made
what happened.
adjustment. He made
at halftime. He made the right
he made
adjustments,
better.
and they came out and
Made
busted
adjustments. That's just what it was.
And that's the thing.
But if you're on the road, if you're on the road as a 8 seed tied with the number 1 seed, yo, that's huge. That's a victory. If you're going into halftime
Ain't
as
no
a number
moral
8 seed
dog.
against number 1 tied, that's huge.
D'Amico Ryan coached. He's a good coach, and he coached a good defensive. No, he coached a good defensive game. The dude played. Some of those. I'm not even clowning.
Bro,
Like,
I'm telling you, I think they played good.
Some of those plays that he rung up when he was getting on Lamar's ass, when they was that was great plays. But with the mistake that was made in that team, it was the offensive coordinator didn't make adjustments. It was on the offensive coordinator to make adjustments to put CJ Stroud in the right position to get the scores. That's what
Honestly,
it was,
bro,
man.
the
It was
way
just,
that
you know what I
defense is
mean?
playing, I don't think he could have made no adjustments. That defense is fucking serious.
They was on his ass. They was on. I don't think
That defense is serious, bro.
The whole second half, he couldn't even stay in the pocket.
You need better weapons. You need more weapons. You need that defense is serious.
Yeah, they ran into a buzzsaw with that team in Baltimore.
Okay, so you're saying that defense is serious. I understand that.
I don't think he could have made adjustments. They don't have enough talent.
Baltimore always produced a good defense. I understand that, but next week they got to go see Magic Pat now, right? Magic Pat got it.
No,
they're going to see him, but yo, he's not rattled about going on the road. He showed that today. So once again, I'm not saying he'll go and beat Baltimore, but once again, I'm gonna say it like I said it last week against the Bills, and it happened. Don't count the dude out. That's all I'm saying.
But nobody's counting them out. Like, how can you count out a defending Super Bowl champion? Nobody's counting them out.
A lot of people.
Nobody's counting them out, Beans. It's not about counting them out. It's about upsets.
Yes, they would. Yes, they was.
It's about upsetting.
Did you watch the game? Even what you call it? Them saying it during the game.
No,
the two commentators.
No.
Listen, if you watch the game, the two commentators. Who was the two commentators?
Yeah,
today?
but they're fucking bozo.
But I'm just saying they said it. They said it that people. It was already out there that this was not their year. This was not. They said it wasn't.
No. Listen, Beans. The odds, the line didn't say that. When you're -2.5 underdog, it's not saying that. You got to be an underdog by more than 4 points to be a team that cannot win. That was a great line. -2.5. That was a perfect line for this game. Nobody was counting out KC. That's a perfect line because the Bills was at home. Buffalo's at home. Buffalo's was on a 5-6 game winning streak. Nobody was counting out KC. This was it was either you take KC or you take the Bills. It wasn't upset. It wasn't nothing like that.
Maybe
how can you and then first and foremost, this is the defending world champs. Defending world champ. The only reason why things were was offset is because they was on the road. That's the only thing. Nobody was counting them out. It wasn't a big upset. It wasn't like that type of
upset, man. What are you talking about?
That's an upset, B.
How is it an upset? Tell me how is it an upset?
How you talking about? He went in. Yo,
no, it's
Magic
not
Pat went into Buffalo and won the game.
Upset, man.
That's
not an upset.
Man,
no, an upset is when a team is like underdogs by more than 2.5. It was 2.5.
It was a 2
whatever.
point. It was a 2 point.
Come on, how y'all could say that, man? He went in there and won the game. He went in there and won the game.
No, upset. You know what the upset? You know what the upset was? Green Bay beating Dallas. That's an upset. That's an upset.
I don't see how you call that an upset. I mean,
What's his name?
Stacks. You trying to tell me? Stacks. Listen, Stacks. You trying to tell me 2.5? Your mind is 2.5.
Y'all talking about it. Y'all talking about it on the level of betting. I'm talking about on the level of wins and losses.
No, it's the
you
same
got your ass
thing.
whipped. You lost the game.
The level of betting is the
Let me ask you this.
measuring stick.
Let me ask you this.
No, it ain't the measuring.
I
don't care about either team.
Wins and losses.
Let me ask you this.
How many times you get beat
Crook.
by the same team and make it to that chip? That's what it's about.
Exactly.
Bro.
So
on,
Buffalo never beaten. They never beaten Kansas
here.
City. So how's it upset? They never beat Kansas City in the playoffs. So
that.
how is it an upset that they won? They never beat Kansas City. So how is it an upset?
Why is it an upset? Because hold on.
And Buffalo's missing their whole defense.
Buffalo worked their ass off. Remember,
but Stacks, they missing their defense. They got the home field advantage, but they missing their defense.
You're making excuses.
Oh man, stop it, man!
Oh my God! So that's an upset. So Kansas City, the defense,
you're making excuses.
So let me tell you something. So Kansas
lost
City,
the game.
Hold on, listen. No.
They lost the game.
They lost the game.
Stop making excuses. That's an excuse.
We're not making excuses. That's not the point. The point is the upset.
Defense and all of that. That's making excuses. You lost.
Okay, they lost.
How is that making excuses?
But you're trying to tell me a
defense,
two.
Bro.
Hold on. There's no excuses.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. We wasn't making excuses for Buffalo when they won the fucking 5 in a row to get there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, Buffalo get in the playoffs.
But they weren't missing their whole
everybody.
Defense.
You guys are missing the point. You guys said it was an upset. You guys said it was an upset.
Go ahead.
No.
All I'm saying is Buffalo worked their ass off for years to finally play Kansas City in Buffalo. And they got that opportunity to do it. And they fucking blew it. That's what I'm saying. So it's
you're exactly right.
They definitely blew it. But that wasn't an upset.
We're not disagreeing. Right, we're not disagreeing with that. But what
it wasn't
the whole premise is not an upset.
It's not a rivalry.
It's not an upset.
It's an upset. How the fuck you gonna say
it's not an upset?
It's not a rivalry.
I never said it was a rivalry.
That makes
never
no
heard
sense.
rivalry come out of my mouth. I never said it was a rivalry. I never thought it was a rivalry.
No,
they never beat them.
That's what
but it's not an upset. It's not an upset.
So if it's not a rivalry, and they own them, how was that an upset?
It's a win.
They never beat.
That's not the
never
point.
beat Kansas City.
Okay, it's not an upset. It's a win.
That's it. That's the point. That's the whole point.
All right, and they going home. They going home again. Once again.
That's fine. They go home. They lost, but it's not an upset. That's the whole point. It's not an upset.
Yeah, they should feel upset. Their stomach should hurt.
So if Buffalo would have beat Kansas City, it would have been an upset?
No. It would have been a win.
Okay.
2.5 is not an upset. It's an upset.
Like me and Stack said,
more than 4 points.
And we said it last week, and I say it again this week. They're throwing up on themselves right now in the locker room.
This is the worst.
They are. They're throwing. They are.
This loss hurts. This loss hurts worse than any loss.
Worse than any loss.
I agree.
Any loss they ever had.
I agree.
Because they waited so long for this opportunity to play Kansas City like this.
Yep.
I agree.
So long for this.
Their turf.
On their turf. This is what they wanted. The coach look at all the shit up to this game. The coach said this is what they wanted. Josh Allen said this is what they wanted. Stephon Diggs said this is what they wanted, and they fucking blew it. That's what I'm saying. They blew it,
and I agree.
They even had your boy Von Miller playing good, and they still blew it. So
blew it. They
lost.
Blew it. That whole locker room, they blew it. If it's not an upset, them players with me, I bet you the players are fucking sick.
I'm not saying it's an upset. I'm not saying it's not an upset because I told y'all on this very show that Buffalo had a problem with their defense. So I don't think it was an upset. I'm not surprised
let me
I'm gonna go a little bit further. The way Pat played today, if them guys were healthy, I still think KC get them. I still think KC.
Okay, listen.
They maybe would. But
I
they
ain't
won't.
gonna maybe.
Can-
They
I just
probably
think-
could.
Can I make a
I
point?
concur that.
Can I make a
Probably
let me
could.
make a
Go
let me-
ahead. Go
let
ahead.
me
Make your
I'm
point.
not a
Make,
Buffalo
make a
Bills
quick
fan
point.
like
make your
that.
point before
I'm a-
make your
let me
point
make a-
before I start
it's,
talking
it's,
about
it's a very
this,
quick point. It's so
49ers
quick.
Packers. Go ahead.
It's so quick. Buffalo was not in the playoffs a couple of weeks ago. They was out the playoffs. They was out the playoffs looking in. People forget how horrible Buffalo was in the season. Buffalo was horrible in the season. Horrible. Out the playoffs. They got on a winning streak and started sniffing the playoffs. And they won more and they was in the playoffs. This is a team that was not even in the playoffs.
I'm gonna say one word to you,
They
Stoney.
was losing.
Say one word to you. It's called.
They was losing.
It's called fucking momentum.
Yep.
Momentum
Oh,
can carry
no,
you
I
all
know,
the way.
I know.
All the
But
way.
Stats,
It can
All
carry
the
you
way.
all the way to a chip, Stoney. Momentum can
Stats.
carry. They won 5 straight.
Straight.
6 if you include the playoffs. 6 if you
Okay.
include the playoffs.
Okay, but let me ask you.
Me myself,
Okay.
I mean, you said it too, that if they got in the playoffs, they was going to the Super Bowl. Rewind
Yep.
the tapes.
Rewind it.
No.
Rewind it.
Exactly. You're right. You're right.
There's receipts
But
on
that's
this.
not the point. That's not the point. My point is,
What's the
right?
point? What's the
Then
point?
it's not an upset. This team wasn't even in the
All right.
playoffs. My whole point to you guys is look,
You
listen,
had them
my-
going to the Super Bowl against Green Bay. What are you talking about? What the fuck?
yeah, I did. You know when I did that? When they started winning. I didn't have them.
All right, that's what we said. Momentum.
Okay, we can move on. We can move on. You guys don't understand what I'm trying to say.
I
We can
understand
move
where
on.
you coming from. You're
We can
saying
move
that
We can move
no,
on.
you're saying
We can move on.
they lost to an inferior. Their team was inferior, basically. That's what you're basically saying. The Bills
I'm
was
not.
wounded. They were wounded. A wounded duck got beat up. That's what you're trying to say.
No, I'm
When
not trying to say that.
Allen
I'm
was
trying
out
to
there
say that this was
balling
a team.
and running for 100 yards and shit, but the wounded duck got beat up. No,
We
I'm
can
just
move
gonna tell you
on.
this.
We can move
When
on.
Magic
We can move
Mahomes
on.
plays a real defense next week, let's talk about it. Let's
We
talk
can
about it
move
when he
on.
goes against
we'll
a
talk
real
about it then too.
fucking
Yeah, we
defense.
can move on.
And I'm not
He's
even. I'm
not
not
gonna-
saying like.
and it's
I'm not
gonna be
saying
the
Pat.
same. Trust me.
I'm not saying. Listen. Listen. I already told y'all right now. He's one of the top QBs in the league right now. So you got to respect
great.
him.
But
He's probably the number one.
yeah,
Number one right now.
Come on, man. If you real quick, let me before you keep saying that, Beans, real quick. Let's just take this off the board real quick. If we're on a sports show, we could all agree Pat Mahomes is one of the best quarterbacks to ever do it. No one is not saying he's not good. No one is not saying he whatever. All I'm saying is this: they don't have what they had offensively. They play well today, in my opinion, as a sports fan. They played well against a bad Buffalo hurt defense. That's just my opinion. And we could talk about next week. They won the game. It is what it is. I didn't actually go to the window for either team. So I had nothing in the battle. I was just mad the way that the game came out, because I'm looking at the game like that was too good of a game to go down like that with a fucking missed field goal win, and you got a guy running across. It's just weird how it ended. Then you got McCole Hardman. That made me mad. He's giving this guy McCole Hardman hasn't played all year. He's doing sweeps on the fucking goal line. That's just me as a neutral fan. But no one's saying Patrick Mahomes is not great. No one's saying that, bro. We gotta stop talking like no one here said that. I don't believe anybody in the whole sporting world thinks Pat. He ain't an underdog. I'm just telling you though. I want to see how that works against that defense, because that Baltimore defense, and we'll talk more about that on Thursday. That's a serious fucking unit.
I know what they showed that. They showed that. They showed that yesterday.
We'll talk
right?
about that on Thursday.
No. We'll talk about that. I feel what you're saying. We'll talk about that, right? You know now. There you go. You get your kudos, saying now Pat's going to face a real defense. And then 2 minutes ago, everybody
that wasn't
saying,
a real defense he faced today. I'm
all
sorry,
right,
fellas.
All right,
that's how
cool.
I feel.
That's why I can't wait for next week for this conversation, because you're saying Pat's about to face a real defense, but Pat is a 3-time Super Bowl champ. Like he never faced
Yeah.
a real defense before.
He's a
So
two-time.
Yeah,
Will
but he
Smith,
didn't.
Two
Yeah, but he
times,
had
three.
weapons.
Two.
He had
times,
Tyreek
two
Hill.
times,
that-
two.
Get
He had
that right.
Travis
Sorry,
Kelce
two
in his
times.
prime.
Get
He
that
had-
right.
Two times.
And-
Sorry,
Come on,
sorry.
bro. Come on,
Two
I'm
dude,
times.
glad,
man.
I'm glad you said
Come
that.
on, man.
I'm glad you said that because you just made a point. Because if it was any year to knock him out the playoffs, it would have been this year.
It's this year. That's all I'm saying, Stat.
He got knocked out the
and you
playoffs
right.
twice.
But hold on.
He got knocked out the playoff twice. He got upset by Brady
Hold on, Stoney. Hold on.
twice.
Yes, Buffalo's
Twice.
defense is depleted. But
That's
we
when he
all
was a
know-
baby. He was calling
we all know Kansas City offense ain't nothing like it used to be.
to be
Ain't,
right.
ain't
Nothing.
nothing like it.
Nothing.
All right. So with that being said, that shit washes each other out to me. That's what I'm saying. There's no way y'all. Travis Kelce dropping balls. He's horrible. He's thinking about Taylor Swift. What'd he do today? All I'm saying is
It's true.
he came out. He did. He looked like he was healthy today.
Fuck it's true.
Defense was missing people. Kansas City offense ain't nowhere near what it used to be. And boom. And okay, he had
Nah.
Tyreek Hill. Last year he didn't have Tyreek Hill. I mean, he won the Super Bowl without Tyreek. all I'm saying is that dude went in there. Buffalo laid a fucking egg. Be honest with you, Kansas City should have popped their ass. They should have popped them. Let's be honest. They should have popped them. They had
They
plenty
should
of
have won
chances.
one more. You're right. You're right.
Exactly.
That's what I'm
You're right.
saying.
They should have won one more.
For
You
real.
should have won one more. No one's denying that.
They cried and pleaded and begged to the Lord, Moses, grandmothers, or whatever, to get a fucking home game, and they got it, and they didn't win. That's what I'm saying. They begged the NFL, might have paid Roger Goodell off to win them 6 games straight to get a home game. That's what they wanted. They said it all week. All week. Go back, listen to all they got. All they wanted was a shot at Kansas City on their home turf.
Yep.
And they got it. And they
They
fucked
paid
up.
Roger Goodell? What are you talking about?
I said, I don't know what they did to get that
They
home
paid
game.
Roger
All
Goodell?
I'm saying is they begged whoever. Jesus Christ, they might have begged him too to get that home game. They got that home game and they done. They done. They done. Break up the band. Close the curtains on Buffalo. Call Jim Kelly. Maybe he can win the game, or he can't win that one either. I forgot. But I'm just saying. They done. They wanted. This was they shot to beat the dude. Is what I'm saying.
And we said it, and we all confirmed it last week when we was talking that if Allen and them lose, if Bills lose, we knew that we said it, their window's gonna close.
That's it.
I mean, we'll see. We don't know yet. They haven't done anything. We'll see what happens. We got to talk on it when they do something.
But
Stephon Diggs,
what
I don't
happens.
know what's up with him and Josh Allen.
Dark cloud over it. That's what I'm saying.
So let's talk about this. I'm glad we were so passionate about that game. I mean, because I kind of told you guys that this guy's going to make the game interested, and he did. Regardless if he had sucky receivers or not, he made it interested, and he won it.
Real 49ers next week. Real defense.
Yeah, we'll see. 49ers took care of the Packers, not took care of them, but they squeaked past the Packers. The Packers played a solid game. Love looked good.
Man,
they should have won that game. I'm impressed with Love. Everybody, I'm sure everybody's impressed with Love.
I'm a little. He can't make that though, man.
No. He just made no. What happened? Those Stacks at the end of the game, his ass got tight. He got tight.
Can't make that though.
And he started making mistakes. He started making mistakes at the end, man, because he knew the time, the crunch time, and the time was getting too short. And
Brock Purdy paid Goodell.
He didn't want to win. He didn't want to lose the game, though. You know what I mean? And that's how he played, and that's why he lost the game. He played to not lose it. You know what I mean? When they was balling, they was playing to win. They was giving San Fran the business. I don't care what nobody say. They played the hell out of San Fran.
They played Goodell. They could have made excuses that Debo didn't play and lost the game. They could have did that. Debo ain't playing. That's why we lost. And they did look bad without him, and they still ended up winning that game.
Exactly.
No, but Debo don't tackle and play defense. That's the difference.
Yeah, but that offense looked bad without him. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's
Sure
true.
enough.
Green Bay covered
I
though. They
don't
covered.
honestly,
look-
bro.
they-
I'm looking at that game real quick. I'm not gonna front. I had to work at 5, so I
Aaron
missed that
Jones
last
was
8
nice.
minutes.
Yeah.
I did, so I can't even talk about. I talked to Stacks this morning when y'all were texting. I fell asleep, bro. I was in the bed with my tablet trying to finish it. I was knocked. So I know.
Aaron Jones should carry that ball way more than he did.
I know. I did see the throw, but
that throw was terrible.
That was terrible. I don't know what he was looking at. I don't know what was on his mind. I mean, he's young, but shout out to these cats real quick. I want to say shout out to Stroud, shout out to Love, man. You know, just like the NBA, the league's in good hands, man. They got some good young quarterbacks, man.
They got some good quality young kids out there, man.
Quarterbacks, man. They're gonna be. It's exciting, man. You know, hopefully next year we get one of those guys. So
that's competition, though. I'm glad we had that. You know, even us having this little banter about how we feel about the Mahomes and Allen thing. It's good competition though, because
yes,
these young kids are
Allen and Mahomes, bro.
It's good competition, but
like,
now you're adding some youth. Now you're adding youth to it, so it's gonna even make it more intriguing. You know what I mean? It's gonna keep going.
My biggest beef was all backup quarterbacks during the regular season. It was terrible football. It was not good football for me personally. I can only speak for myself. Watching Tyler Huntley and fucking
it was the year. It was the
Nate McMullen and all these dudes. It's terrible.
It
football.
was the season, the mid-season.
Yesterday, high end, man.
That's true.
Even though they didn't have great games, CJ Stroud, but some throws he made, some plays he made as a rookie, man. Shout out to him. And Love was doing his thing until, you know, like you said, Beans, you got tight, you got under pressure.
They won big games.
It's real.
Yeah, they got past the first round.
He was right there, even in the fourth, right there in the fourth quarter. He was right in the fourth quarter. He was right there. The kid just,
but he can't make that throw.
I understand what you're saying, those Stacks, but that's a rookie mistake, and that's playing tight.
He ain't a rookie, first of all. But then you can't make.
I mean,
yeah, but he ain't Stacks. He ain't been playing ball. Come on, man.
He ain't playing like that.
He ain't been playing.
He cannot make.
Okay, first time playoff.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying about him.
No, you're right. I'm not denying that, but don't act like he's been playing for 3-4 years, bro. You can't.
I'm just saying, but he ain't a rookie. I'm just saying.
Okay, he's not a rookie, but first time playoffs.
Like Baker Mayfield, he's been in the league 10 years. He's throwing picks at the end of games. It's like
that's Baker, though. Y'all put Baker up there, not me. That's what Baker does. For sure. That's what Baker does. I'm not surprised Baker blew that game. Not at all. That's why he been.
Yeah, but they was in it. But they was in it.
They were in it too.
But Stoney, I don't trust Baker Mayfield late in games like that. I just don't.
Right. Yeah,
that's
you're
what
right. But they was in it. You know, I mean, they wasn't
even
supposed to be in it.
350 and have him in the game though.
Yeah,
I mean, listen. Before I move on, Love wasn't that bad, man. The two INTs killed him. He had one. He was 21 for 34, 194, 2 TDs.
You can't throw that pick.
He can't throw the picks, man. You can't throw the pick.
Not that pick. That pick.
Look, Purdy had to work hard, and he only had 1 TD. You let McCaffrey go off. You know what I mean? With 2 TDs, Kittle got a TD. I mean, that kid Dobbs was balling too, man. Yo, I like Green Bay, man. I like what they got.
The era between hero and GOAT is that big, dog. He get it through for 400, and everybody will remember that bad throw. Brady threw for 500 and some yards of Super Bowl. All we remember is the ball got knocked out his hands. You know what I'm saying? Nobody talks about what Brady put on some phenomenal numbers in that Super Bowl. Right. Well, all we remember is the strip sack. That's what cost us the game.
No, I remember the Philly special. That's what lost you the game.
All I remember, you can't throw that ball across the body. If he'd have made any other throw and the cornerbacks makes a play on it, a hell of a play.
No, that was a bad throw. No, you're right.
Yeah, you can't throw across the body. You can't. That's a rookie. Yeah, that's a rookie mistake. You know that.
In the pouring rain, he makes that throw.
And like you're saying,
that'll be a problem.
That'll be a problem.
Too much.
Like
he was
trying to. I'm not mad at him. I'm not
mad
gonna hold him to it.
I'm gonna hold him to it because he was playing at such a high level. That's what I'm saying. He played so high of the high level all the way up. He gets to Dallas. And none of
He
his
sure
throws,
enough did
and he
Ginsu
Ginsu
Dallas.
Dallas. None of his throws was bad. All the games they had to win to get to that point, he Ginsu'd them teams, and he didn't make none of that throw right there. You see none of them throws. All I'm saying, I'm gonna hold him accountable to that throw.
That throw. No, you're right. You're right. No, you're right. You're right. Stacks. You're right, Stacks. But for some reason, do you think he?
And that's coming from Stacks. We've been rooting for Mac Jones the past 3 years.
Yo, listen.
I ain't never moved for no guy.
Listen, do you
back on the sauce or he got?
Nigga, you watch the Patriots every week. Nigga, you watch the Patriots every week.
My team, I watch them. I love.
Of course, so you root for the quarterback.
I watch the Pat. Yo, listen. But I'm saying, listen.
What do you don't root for the quarterback, nigga? What do you just watch?
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Not Mac Jones. Not this year. not this year.
Not this year for sure. For real.
Year.
Not this year.
You wish you would have a nigga make that mistake on your team.
No, yes, I wish I would have had. Yes, I wish I had that kid.
Yeah.
And if he'd have made that same mistake on the Patriots, I'd throw him under the bus again. I throw him under the bus again.
So what about
that throw? I ain't saying he whack. He just can't make that throw.
You can't make that throw. It was a bad throw. It was a bad throw. But the Lions. All right, let's talk about the Lions now. The Lions is in the NFC Championship, guys. Like I told you guys at the beginning of the season, that's an upstart team. We all doubted their defense. Doe was one of them who doubted their defense. I'm gonna just call it out. Some of you guys, I don't think, besides myself, I don't think anyone.
Real quick, they did let up a lot of points today, right?
They did. They
were a lot of big plays.
Don't act like they gave up like 10 points, Beans.
I doubted them too.
They gave up 23, yo. So what do you mean?
I doubted them too.
They gave up 23 points. Is that big? Is that 30?
Yeah, they could have gave up more. They could have gave up more.
Did they gave up 23?
Some balls.
They gave up 23 points. You're trying to make it seem like they defense got mollywopped by 30-something points, like they scored. People consider in the NFL, if you score over 30-something points on if a team scores 30-something points on you, your defense is doing bad.
You think that defense look good today? No, I'm just asking Beans. I'm not trying to be an asshole. You think it look good?
I'm not saying
it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
It looked good though.
They played to win their game. They played to
San Fran,
win the
though.
game.
Can they handle San Fran?
We will see. This is what I'm saying.
I tell you what, Stoney. If Brock Purdy played the way like he played against Green Bay defense,
yeah, I don't.
I mean, it was raining. They say he can't throw. He can't throw a wet ball.
Brock Purdy looks so fucking basic, bro. Let's keep it.
I'm not disagreeing with you at one bit, dog. If Brock Purdy played like that,
that might be tough.
To the Super Bowl, dog.
It's raining.
The only thing is they got that man McCaffrey, bro.
Yep.
That's the problem. I think that's the problem. That's the nucleus of that team is McCaffrey. You know, hopefully, you know, they should have hit him in that thigh. If they were smart, they should have been tapping that thigh a little bit more when they was tackling him. And I bet you he wouldn't have made it through the game. But they didn't really pay attention to him on the sideline getting massaged on the thigh. If they were smart, they would have been tapping that thigh, and he wouldn't have finished that game. He wouldn't have finished that game if they would have tapped that thigh. If they would have tackled him on that thigh muscle, he would have not finished that game. But no, they was letting them squeak through and do all these fancy ass footwork shit.
That's the white rhino right there.
That I like. Don't get me wrong. I like McCaffrey, but I think
McCaffrey's tough, bro.
He is.
They both. Yeah, I know he is, man.
He's tough, man. I used to be like, "What's up with this motherfucker?" But that dude, bro,
I used to feel like that when he was in.
That dude's serious. The way people be underestimating Joker, I think people be underestimating McCaffrey, bro. That dude's serious, bro.
I mean,
they didn't have him yesterday. No,
they would be done. They wouldn't have won. Look, if they would have had there you go.
Jordan Love could have threw 3 across his chest, and they still would have won that game without McCaffrey.
Yep. Yep, I agree. I agree. But
Be careful with you because my bad, Stacks. Go ahead.
Purdy play like that, Detroit can beat them.
Detroit's gonna beat them if he plays like that. But I don't think they're gonna put it in his hands though. And I think the weather's probably gonna. I don't know if it's gonna be better or not. I don't know. I'm not a fucking meteorologist, but
no, the weather's gonna be good. It's gonna be clear.
yeah, you got McCaffrey, man. It's hard. I don't know, man. Detroit's. I'm still not sold on Detroit's defense. Still not.
Yeah, their secondary is
Baker
horrible.
Mayfield didn't throw up on himself.
Exactly.
They were running on him. They were doing whatever they wanted.
We're gonna see.
Hey, but it's gonna be either Detroit or San Fran.
That should be a good game, though. Detroit and San Fran.
It's gonna be a good game. Yeah, it should be a good game.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good game, man. I'm not saying Detroit's going to the Super Bowl.
Right now, Stoney is at 6.
They played good, man.
It's at 6, Stoney.
Whoa, I'm taking the points.
I might have to take Detroit with the points on that one.
I'm taking the points.
All that shit I just said. Yo, it's at 6.
So who's winning it? Who's winning the whole thing?
I like Baltimore, man.
I like Baltimore though.
Hey,
I
that defense is serious, bro.
Hey,
I ain't gonna lie.
I called San Fran at the beginning of the year, so I'm just sticking with my pick.
I ain't gonna lie.
Even though I think Baltimore gonna win, I can't jump shit because I did pick San Fran.
Listen,
I'm not gonna jump shit.
y'all know because y'all probably
don't think KC could beat Baltimore.
I
don't think KC could beat Baltimore.
I don't think so.
Nah?
I don't think so.
Oh
yeah, already.
I'm a Pat guy. You know I'm a Pat Mahomes guy. But,
hey, Stoney,
I'm just saying, y'all. No, I'm just saying, you guys are like
Magic Pat. Beans, you gonna stick with them. I'm sticking.
I think Magic Pat is the. I think he is the good quarterback. But defense, I don't know. I'm gonna know. I'm staying away from that.
We're gonna stay away from that. Beans. If Magic Pat wins, I'm gonna come to the crib with you and do the show next to you, bro.
For real. You know what?
I said Pat couldn't beat Buffalo.
You're gonna be old school. I'm gonna bring the thing to cut the hair with. I'm gonna bring my
I'm about to hop on the bandwagon. I'm
gonna
take KC to win it all.
I'm
gonna hop on the bandwagon because it's like
rewind the tape.
What am I gonna do?
I said they couldn't beat Buffalo. I ain't know Buffalo was gonna be fucking Brontosaurus. They was gonna lay down like that.
Riz is funny. Riz said, "Yeah, I'm jumping on that Pat too."
I gotta jump on that bandwagon because it's like we're gonna jump on Baltimore and it's gonna be the same shit.
It went up to 7 in 15 minutes. Now plus 7.
If that dude wins the Super Bowl, Pat Mahomes, listen. Let me tell you something. I will never say nothing bad about that dude.
I actually love Pat Mahomes' game. I ain't mad at Pat, but you're right. If he wins this shit this year, I don't even listen.
He right. Listen,
he wins the shit with them receivers in an old ass, simp ass Travis Kelce. I'm like, yo,
if he wins that Super Bowl this year, you're gonna start hearing that conversation between
Brady,
like the LeBron Jordan conversation. You're gonna start having that Brady.
Did they beat San Fran in the past? Who San Fran lost to in the past? Wasn't it KC?
Baltimore, right?
Yeah, it was Kansas City in the playoffs.
Kansas City.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Super Bowl.
The second half.
G, right? Yeah, you're right.
Jimmy G. Wow.
Jimmy G missed that pass. If Jimmy G didn't miss that wide open.
Wow.
If Patrick Mahomes win this Super Bowl,
we all agree on that.
Yo, I'm trying to tell y'all. I hate to tell y'all that, but
I'm telling you.
But I'm not. At the end of the day, I'm not going to take. I'm not taking Kansas City.
It's going to be tough in Baltimore.
I'm taking Lamar Jackson.
I'm not taking Kansas City. It's going to be. I'm not.
That's like no. Listen, that's going to be like the ultimate for him if he can go into Baltimore and take care of business. That's gonna be like.
That's the thing. You got to remember, he's always at home during these championship games.
That's what they've been screaming. They were screaming at that through the whole program today.
You know what though? No one played that. I was like Pat, Magic Pat, no bullshit. He did a lot of plays. When he scrambled that fucking 30 yards or whatever, I was like, this nigga ain't playing. That nigga was Excuse my language. He was
I'm
twisting down the
taking
sideline, legs all flipping all over the place.
Yo, that dude.
I'm taking
I
Baltimore to
told
win it all. I think I'm gonna take Baltimore.
What's the plus on that? Yeah, I'm gonna have to go
Lamar
with the
needs
window.
that shit.
Yeah, Lamar needed.
I know Lamar needed.
I'm
That's
going
why
for
I don't
Lamar.
want to
I'm
go
going for Lamar
against
too,
him.
Stoney, but I picked San Fran at the beginning of the year, Stoney. I just can't jump off of him like that.
Yeah,
No. I couldn't jump off Buffalo. I had them
I
early.
know
You have money on him.
Buffalo. Stoney,
But I got him. I got him good.
I'm upset at Buffalo right now.
I had Buffalo. Listen, I had Buffalo when they wasn't even in the playoffs. They wasn't even in there.
Yeah,
Stoney,
you did have.
They had the same. Listen, I'm gonna tell
I
you.
had them early.
They had the same momentum. Remember Kemba Walker was on UConn and they had that bad record going into the Big East tournament, and then they won all them games.
Right.
The national championship. Baltimore had that same momentum. I'm not Baltimore. Buffalo had that same momentum.
Same shit.
Going into the playoffs, and they went up against Mahomes, and you can't do that. You just can't. You beg.
They had opportunities though. They didn't have the opportunities, but they had it. So you can't be mad at that because they had it.
They did.
If KC would have beaten them convincingly, all right, I would have been wrong. Like shit. But the fact that they had 2 chances, 2 opportunities, they had, especially in the last possession, missed field goal. Yeah. I can't be mad at that because it just came down to how serious these guys was and how determined they was to beat KC. Because if they tied it, who knows what would have happened? But you got to take that into account. They had the opportunity. It's not. I can't sit here and complain. They had it. You had an opportunity.
How Pat Mahomes feel about Josh
What are you gonna
Allen?
do?
You ever play against that player on the playground when you see him guarding you? You know it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna kill this cat. That's how Pat Mahomes feel about Josh Allen, man. He just know in the playoffs. He just
I think he respects Josh Allen.
I think respect him, and in the back of his mind, he's like, I'm a butt like this.
But
like
you read those stats because Josh Allen didn't turn the ball over, but I'm sorry, I ain't gonna get over that play to the end zone. In the last play before the field goal, that throw to the right side of the end zone, he could have ran to get better field position. I don't know, man. Sometimes
why we got
to talk about someone that brain fart. That was a brain fart.
Now hold on. Now the same reason we're gonna hold Josh Allen now, they ready to crucify Lamar Jackson for if that was Lamar Jackson. They ready to throw Lamar out under the bridge for making them kind of mistakes.
No, for sure.
So Josh Allen, you get the same situation. It's it's no different. I'm telling you, that team. Listen, they fired Andy Reid. Andy Reid was winning a lot of games in Philly. Andy Reid couldn't get over the hump. That coach may be out of there, Stoney. I'm telling you.
No, you're right. And you know what? You know what he did? He gave up his drafting power. Andy Reid don't draft no more. I mean, he has a say, but he don't have full autonomy too. So that helps. That helps.
That helps. True.
That helps.
If you get a team over the hump, they'll move you, dog.
Nah, yo, Stacks, you know what it is too? I think you're right. And I think part of it too is I think that they might want to rebuild that because I don't know the situation with Diggs. I keep saying it because that's a serious situation for him.
That relationship
with all these great coaching candidates out here right now,
that relationship's probably falling apart.
It's probably falling off. Beans. He gets targeted. He used to get targeted on the average 8 to 10 times a game. The last 6, go check his last 6-7 weeks. Josh Allen used to force it to him. And now he don't even argue with him on the sidelines. Remember, he used to throw a fit on the sidelines. It's one of those things where he looks like he's like Shakur Tupac. He took over the number 1 receiver.
Shakur is the new.
That kid is good though.
Yeah, that kid's good. He is good. He's the new thing. He's the new guy. He's the new guy. Let me just give the disclaimer. Yeah, once again, guys, this is Parlay with us, bringing you a post-game NFL playoff show. We went through the slate on the 4 games that happened this weekend. We are discussing the debacle, I call it, of the Bills losing again for another chance.
Tyler Bass, Scott Norwood, Scott Norwood.
Yep, Scott
that was in the
Norwood.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, but just another chance to make it to the Super Bowl. The Bills seems like it seems like the Bills, to tell you guys the truth, the Bills have some kind of like something's hanging over them.
You're right. I agree. Something's going on. You're right.
Something's hanging over them.
They'll get through it. The Cubs.
No, they'll
did.
get.
The Cubs,
The Cubs
got
did.
through
The
it.
Red Sox did. I mean, they'll get through it. But something's hanging, because to go to 4 Super Bowls, not make it, and been to this situation where you could get into the conference finals about 3-4 times and not get there, get to the conference finals and lose. Those things, that's something, a cloud is hanging over them.
Lose the goddamn Kansas City again.
Again. You know, so
you had grown men crying in the stands. Now listen, if any of those fans crying on national TV, should be ashamed of yourself, grown men. Crying over some shit like that.
I agree.
Crying.
They might
like you said, what they
might have betted. They might have made a bet with their.
There's no crying in football.
Hey, Crook, they thought this was Kansas City. Yo, I'm
mad at Caleb Williams for crying.
You don't know the type of bets they made. They might have a bet.
Hey, Crook.
Listen, you know why they crying? Because
man.
Hey, Crook, they finally had Kansas City where they wanted them and put that whole wager on them.
Fans
not to talk.
I had a serious wager on the Bills, but I'm not gonna cry because
you know why they crying. Let me tell you why.
I'm a grown man, but
you know what?
I pace myself too. You know what I mean? Like I don't get too crazy. You know what I mean? But
hit the like, people. Hit the like button.
It was a hit.
Be mad at a college kid, which I am. Rightfully so. He shouldn't be crying, Caleb Williams. But you fans can't be crying in the stands and talking about a young brother crying in the stands.
But you know why they were crying.
But they got a reason though.
They can never.
You'd
be crying too if you was going home. If you was homeless after that game.
Oh hell yeah.
Especially in Buffalo, right?
Especially. Did you see how cold it looks out there? Yo, listen, it's cold out here right now.
Stacks, you got a point.
Listen,
it'd be cold out there.
They crying because they never could win, bro. They can't get over themselves.
That's crazy though.
They can't get over. Think about it, guys. Yeah. Just think.
It is. No, I feel you. I'm just like, come on, fam.
They can never get over it out.
They'll figure it out.
My whole thing with them is they wanted that game. They wanted that game. Listen. You don't think Jordan begged for Detroit to play Detroit to finally beat him? He begged to play Detroit. He wanted to play Detroit to get over that hump.
Yo, y'all see DeMar Hamlin?
But look how long it took him though.
He played on special teams.
But Stoney, he begged for it. He didn't.
I know he did. But look how.
It didn't take him.
You gotta remember. Listen, Stacks. You gotta remember the Bulls when Jordan came on. It was from '86. When he came on in the playoffs against the Celtics, they couldn't beat him. So 86, and they didn't win till what, 91?
Yeah.
That's like 5 years. So the Bills, they're not on that trajectory yet. They're like right there pretty much.
They're right there, dog. They're right there.
They're right there.
They're right there.
They're right there no more.
I'm telling you.
No. They're right there.
How long was Josh Allen?
Josh Allen hasn't been there for 5 years.
Shit me.
Yeah, he's been there. He's been there 5 years. He's been there 5 years
right now.
He's taking a lot of hits.
He's been there 5 years.
Yeah, Josh been there a minute, man.
Yeah.
Been there 5 years.
Yeah, he's been there. He's been there 8 years.
I think it's 8.
Yeah, wow.
Who was in that draft with him? Remember that draft had a deep quarterback draft.
That's what the dude that got drafted. That was a no.
Listen, he got drafted in 2018.
Yeah, so he's been there, yeah.
Do the math. About 6 years.
6 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's been there. I know he's been there longer than 5.
Yeah, he's been there for a second, man.
He's there.
He ain't going nowhere. It's just the fact that
they ain't gonna move Josh. They ain't gonna. They gonna move pieces around him.
No, it ain't about that. It's about you as a superstar getting over that hump as a superstar. Yeah, that's what this is about. Yeah, how long did it take you to get over the hump?
How long is it take you to get over that hump?
I mean, Jordan came in '84. Jordan didn't win his first championship till what? 7 years later.
Yeah, but he had to go. That East was low. He had to go through the Celtics first.
He had to go through some shit.
Pistons,
Celtics.
Yeah,
I I think though even Milwaukee was good back in
Yeah,
the
that's
day.
what I say. Even the Bucks were good.
The Bucks were good, yeah.
Milwaukee was good. Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mark Price and the
Cleveland.
boys,
Mark
Brad
Price and
Daugherty.
Yeah, but how long did it take Peyton Manning to finally beat the Patriots?
Whew. That's
Took him a
the
while.
same thing. Same
And when he
thing.
beat him, his neck got broke.
That's right.
No,
His
but
neck
he
was.
was,
like
but he won
this.
His
another
neck.
one.
He won when his neck was broken.
And he won
got
another
on,
one.
Hey, then he got on steroids, but we can't talk about that.
Right. Put it under
Right.
his wife's name, dirtbag.
Yep.
Motherfucker threw for how you throw
But
for
you
50.
keep Barry Bonds out the Hall of Fame, but
Yeah.
Peyton Manning gonna be in the Hall of Fame because
How you throw for 53 touchdowns one year, then come and throw for 12 the next? I don't understand.
you get steroids delivered to your crib, but Barry Bonds can't get in the Hall of Fame. That's
And
crazy.
you playing so bad, you get benched for fucking Brock Osweiler.
No, you're
Yeah.
right, man.
And Brock,
You're right.
and he got a contract, Brock Osweiler,
He
I
did.
think, with Houston.
He
Yeah.
did. He actually did.
Yeah.
Now he
So,
was
guys, I know we're gonna end this real quick because it's just a quick post game show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do we have any NBA? No, I mean, I know you guys want to talk about the NBA. Let's give 5 minutes talk of the NBA.
I don't have
guys.
anything about the NBA.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
so you don't want to talk about?
I told y'all Denver was gonna win that game. That's all
I
I
know
got to
you
say.
did. I know you did. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
good call.
I'm
Good
I'm
call.
done
sure.
talking
Good
about
call.
that.
Yeah, but I'm sure you still people want to comment on the Celtics loss against the.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean,
The offense is terrible.
don't get me
'cause they
wrong.
run a
I mean,
high school
But they won
AAU.
tonight, though. They beat Houston, so it's
they
like
beat
that was
Houston.
short lived.
I'm just saying. No. I'm just saying.
Houston's
People
terrible.
knew that was a big game, right?
That was a big game.
And
We could beat Houston. I'm not worried about
like I told Stacks, like I said to Stacks, me and him had a conversation. The game could have been won by the Celtics. Trust me, they could have won the game. Two things happened, and I'm gonna say it again, and y'all could jump off of this, and then we can almost end this. Porzingis had 18 points, 19 points in the first half. Porzingis ended the game with 21 points. He scored 2 points in the second half. Then they let Jamal Murray go off when they had somewhat Jokic in control a little bit. They let Murray go off and take over the game, and that's how the game was won. The game was won by Jamal Murray, even though Jokic balled out.
Yeah,
he's a superb. Now that's truthfully to watch a center. That dude's real. He's the real deal, Holyfield. Like that dude. He's a beast, man. His IQ, his the way he was just beating up on poor
whoever guarded him.
The old man,
Al Horford.
Al Horford was just taking licks down there in the low. Porzingis couldn't guard him, period. You know what I mean? So that guy's a beast, man. The Joker, yeah, real deal center in the league, man. Real deal for real. But the Celtics kind of threw that game away. Bad game from JB. JB scored 14 points. 14 points. Where's the duo? Where's the duo?
Bad game for both of them.
That's what I'm saying. 22 points for JT. JB got 14 points. What's that about? 14 points. Y'all are the duo. Y'all supposed to be. I don't care. They said between Murray and Jokic, they scored 69 and a half points.
They both got it going.
Right?
Got it going.
Yeah.
So isn't that the type of numbers between JT and JB that we should be looking for? Truthfully?
I mean, I don't stretch that. I feel like that's part of the season. I think these guys are just cruising right now.
Part of the season, but don't you think we should be seeing those type of if Jokic and
look how
Murray,
they lost though. But look how they lost though. They lost on the last possession. So that's something you gotta take into account. It wasn't like this team came in and spanked us. Like, no, it came down to the last possession. I'm sure that we meet them again in the finals. There's gonna be different adjustments, but it came down to a last minute shot that Tatum didn't make. It was just that simple. It was that close.
It was a
They're
bad
not
shot.
too far from this team, and I'm not worried. It's just whatever. Like, all right, Tatum had a chance to do his thing. We had a chance to do our thing. We was only down 2. So it's not a cause for concern. It's like it's
No, I'm
just one
not
of those
saying it's a
things.
cause of concern. I'm just
Yeah, but
I think if
I don't.
if JB would have played better, the game was won.
No doubt, no doubt. And I'm sure they'll if they was to meet in the finals, I'm sure they'll play better. But I don't worry about this game, especially before the All-Star break. You know what I mean? Like they played them tight. This is the defending world champs. No doubt. I mean, Tatum should have made that shot. He should have had a better look. He should have made the shot with a tied it. Who knows what would have happened? But I feel like the result of this game, we was that tight with this team. This team it's a champion. They're a champion, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we lost that game, and then we won the next games. The game tonight. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
this team is focused. You know, I ain't worried.
Okay.
I just worry about the coaching, Stoney, down the stretch. That's what I'm worried about with that.
I
dude.
don't worry about the
All
coach.
right. I'm telling you, dog, that dude, he could have made adjustments in that game and won that game.
Exactly.
He could have, but Tatum had a great look. What can we say about that?
That was a bad.
It was a turnaround jumper.
bad-
Like he
But he always does that.
Tony,
He
got-
always does that. Just like you said that Jordan Love can't fucking throw that pass. He can't make that. He can't keep continuing to make these end of game bad shot selections. They have this bad shot selections, and you could say it doesn't matter. That's fine, but it matters to Denver. It matters to Denver because you know
It
what
does.
championship teams do. Championship teams build off of things like that. So you could say the regular season don't
doubt.
matter, and you might be
No
right.
doubt.
All I know is they can't be having. To me, my biggest thing with them is I don't know sometimes what their identity is. I know they like to shoot the three ball, but I feel as though give that other side of that coaching. Try something else. Try another wrinkle. You want to know what happened? You know why he scored 2 points, Beans? Because not Brendan, God rest his soul, Malone, the other Malone made adjustments on KP at the nail. Couldn't do nothing. Couldn't do nothing. JB can't get by Aaron Gordon. That's going to be a problem in the playoffs. He can't. He just can't. Can't score on Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon locked him up. That's going to be a problem in the playoffs. You know what else is going to be a problem? It looks like Drew Holiday lost a step. That's why they rested him. They need to rest him. If he's going to play like this during the regular season, Crook, I agree with one thing I do agree with you with. They seem like they focus and they know what they want to do, but sometimes Father Time catches up. And for me, I've watched Drew Holiday his whole career. He's in spurts now. He's not as consistent a defender as he was. And I feel as though they have to tighten it up. Right now, you could say it's not a big deal, but I'd say another 20 games. Being Houston in Houston is not, they should do that. They should. You're right. No problem.
Listen, I see a
But
team.
these teams we're
that
going to play down the road, you have to, in my opinion, this is just what I've been seeing watching basketball my whole life. Those regular season games versus Golden State. You remember how we couldn't beat Golden State the other year? I forget the beginning after we played Golden State, we went downhill. It was like we went downhill in the regular season. It feels like it follows us. It's like they have something over us. Denver's not. We don't play Denver as much as we play Golden State, right?
Tell you, just like I just said, though, every time Curry see the Celtic uniform, he got one.
He sees it.
No, but
right.
That's what he thinks.
Let me tell you guys something real quick.
I feel like we let go, and you're right though, because I can't be a hypocrite. The regular season and the seeding could be overrated at times, but all I'm saying,
it is
when you play these teams like Denver and Golden State, and these teams like even though we handled them, the Clippers. But when we play these teams, I feel as though if we play the Clippers in the finals, I'd be comfortable with that. If we play Denver's in the finals, I won't be comfortable with that. Because I feel like we already have JT's one of those dudes, something gets in his head, the opponent gets in his head, it doesn't get out. He hasn't proved to me that he can make that step against those type of teams.
Look, let me tell you something. I'm not trying to downplay the regular season, but that Lakers team, in 2001 that went, I think 15-1 in the playoffs. They won every fucking game and they lost one game, and that was game 1 against AI. The game that AI stepped over Tyrone Lue.
Right.
All right. That Lakers team, mediocre the whole season. Look it up. That whole season, mediocre, that team. That team was just gliding through the season. They went into the playoffs, man. They swept everybody. Everybody except
Look that
that,
up, Stoney. I don't,
that 70 that
I'm about to
no,
look
hold
that
on.
up. You might-
They swept everybody since that
No, I-
except that
Except for that
76ers
one,
team.
except for the
I'm
76ers
gonna have to
game.
look
He's
that
right.
up. I don't remember no Shaq and Kobe team being mediocre.
No, they would look it up. I don't mean mediocre as in like a horrible season. I mean mediocre as in just a regular season. Like they were
Yeah, but the
just
Celtics don't have a Shaq or Kobe though, fam. Like we don't.
no, but what I'm trying to tell you
We
is
don't.
they don't have a Shaq. They don't need a
Jason
Shaq.
Tatum is not nowhere near Kobe. There's no one
No,
on
they
that
don't.
team nowhere
No,
near Shaq.
but we're not in that era right now.
You're right.
That Shaq and Kobe era, they didn't have nothing for that era. They can't. That Shaq and Kobe era wouldn't last right now. That whole Shaq, that triangle offense ain't working right now. It's the players are too athletic right now. Like that system that the Lakers have is not working right now. It worked then. And it was very effective then with Shaq down
You're right,
low,
but let me
Kobe.
ask you a question. So the system we're running, let me ask you this question real quick, fellas. I know we're gonna jump off soon. The system we running, I've made this point to Stacks. The system we're running a 3-point offense, right? But basically everybody in the NBA is running that 3-point offense.
Right.
We do not have the shooters consistently to run that offense. We don't.
How you figure that?
Jason Tatum is not a great 3-point. He's not. He's not.
He doesn't need to be. He doesn't need to be.
What do you mean? He
This
takes 3-pointers.
He take 3
That's
pointers.
the offense they're running. They were 2 for 17 Crooks against Denver on 3-pointers. 2 for 17. If they don't hit their 3-pointers, they don't win. No matter what time of year it is, whether it's the playoffs, the regular season.
I don't think so. I think that this is a team
they check the numbers.
No, but listen, it's the regular season. Playoffs is different.
But they don't win in the playoffs like that either, fam. They didn't hit their threes. They lost last year.
They wanted the year that they got to Golden State. It got them there, you know.
That was defense that got them there.
That got defense going.
Nah, and
they didn't win.
And them not shooting those threes was
this shit.
A big reason as well.
They're
because
really 3 heavy the past 2 years.
Well, but listen,
they're really 3 heavy, my brother.
I know, but listen,
I'll bring the stats next show.
They do
not win.
No, they didn't. That wasn't the case in Milwaukee. They had to go to Milwaukee and win. They didn't. It wasn't dependent on that 3-point shooting. They made.
I know. No, you're not listening, Crook. I said no, Crook. You're not listening. I said now their coach now runs a 3-point offense. That's what they run, and they don't have good 3-point shooters. They don't. Not consistent enough.
But how is that if they're like they're in the top 5 in 3-point shooting? Like how is that?
They put up the most in the NBA, and they also missed the most. So they put up.
But they're like the best team in the league right now. So what are we saying here though?
Yeah, but at some point when those threes ain't falling, you got the potential to do something else.
Something else. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I understand that, but you don't think they'll adjust to that? You don't think
that coach, if he would adjust to it, he would have did it against Denver.
That's
what Joe's saying. If he was gonna adjust, he would have did that.
So the result of that Denver game, you think that was the disparity in that game that they lost by one possession?
That was a chance
they
for
lost
him.
by one possession.
Yes,
because they should have smoked them. They should have smoked them.
I agree. If he makes the right adjustment, Stoney, I believe we beat him by 10.
That's true.
If he makes the right adjustment. Now,
I think so.
We'll see now because now
I don't know.
Look at the schedule, though. Now they go to Dallas, to Miami. They
won tonight.
Okay, they got
come on, man.
Hold on.
But still, win's a win. This is the league. You can't take none.
Let me finish the schedule, Stoney. Let me finish. They got to go to Dallas, to Miami. They play then the Clippers come here, Pelicans come here, Indiana, and that's a good schedule. And after Indiana, we got the Lakers.
Shout out to El Polo Loso. Go ahead, Kip. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, we got to see. I see a team that, once the playoff hits, I feel like this team is gonna definitely adjust and do different things. This team is experienced. I think, to me, the NBA, that's what it's about. It's about experience. It's about teams that got that experience. They got that, that knowledge of what it takes to take it to that next level. The Kobe, Shaq era. Think about it. It took a little bit. Kobe and Shaq. It took Phil Jackson to get there. Before they took it to that next level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they might take another coach to get there before they take it to that next level.
Nah, I think it's now. I think this coach is gonna take them there.
He might, but I
think they will.
I believe what Sean and Doe.
I believe what
Stacks and Doe is saying. Stacks and Doe is saying that this coach needs to get a little bit better with running sets, a little bit better with coaching when he has to adjust the game, the tempo. He did a good adjustment when he brought in Derek White, and Derek White started doing some shit, and he was scoring, and it was like, okay, they didn't have an answer towards Derek White. But when they started playing defense on Derek White, and they went on the offense with Murray, like he said, and then what's his name was playing so slow, Murray was just moving around him. That's how they end up. It was a coaching thing. I believe it was a coaching situation that didn't win that game the other day. If the coach was a little bit more on his X's and O's and make adjustments, especially in the third and fourth quarter, these guys was going on. The Celtics was winning the quarter or winning in the beginning of the quarter, and then these guys will go off in the end of the quarter, third and fourth, and go on 7-0 runs, 8-0 runs, 10-0 runs, whatever it was. They was going on runs on the Celtics where the coach wasn't making adjustments on those same runs, and there was a pattern because they were doing it all game. So I think they're right in a way. The coaching need to coach up a little bit more. Yes, it's a lot of 3-ball. And it's 3-ball. Stoney, if you're watching
today, 2 for 9. 2 for 9. I didn't watch the game. 2 for 9. For
the game, they was 2 for 17. For the game,
I'm saying for this game tonight against Houston.
Tonight,
Tatum was 4 for 17.
On the road. And on the road.
6 for 14. 13 points for Jaylen Brown, 18 points for Tatum. Like, that's Houston, I don't know. All I know is we'll see.
I feel like through the season they'll get better. They'll learn. They'll get better. And,
I'm not rooting against them.
This is a team.
I just gotta call it how I see it, and you call it how you see it. And
this is a team that's experienced.
That year, the Lakers had 56 wins. 56 wins that year, the 2001.
Which is the best season I feel like a team had because they only lost one game in the playoffs.
No, you said I'm talking about regular season. You said
but 56 wins.
No. I'm just saying, like regular season going into exactly. No. That's cool. I'm just saying. Like
I thought they only had like 41 the way you were saying it though. I thought they were like 500 or something. I'm not trying to be funny.
No, but but down the stretch, they wasn't playing well down the stretch. Like if you look at their last 20 games that year, they wasn't playing too well down the stretch, and they almost fucking went undefeated in the playoffs because they wasn't really picked to win the championship that year.
Who the fuck was picked to win that championship that year? If it wasn't them.
Nah, they wasn't picked.
Who
was it?
I think it was San Antonio.
Yeah, you might be right, Stoney. You might be right. I'll give you that.
I think it was San Antonio. I'm just saying it wasn't a big hype around them. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't a big hype around them. That's what I'm saying. Right. It wasn't a big hype around them.
Yeah, you know what, Stoney? I believe you to be right because that's when Derek Fisher hit that shot. You might be right. That's when Derek Fisher hit that shot.
Right.
The Lakers always
my whole point it wasn't a big hype around that team, and that team almost fucking went undefeated. and they should have. It was a bad call in that game one.
But
I admit, I'm a Laker hater like a motherfucker, but yeah, they got away with some shit.
Me and you both. But
I was happy when AI made that 3 over Tyronn Lue. Man,
you
I
always
was
gonna have a
fucking,
chance.
I was popping a bottle.
Shaq, Kobe, though.
You got Kobe in his prime talking about they're like, I mean, I don't know.
No, don't get it right.
Look, listen,
Shaq
I suffered
Kobe
through that
prime.
era.
Both of them. Shaq was in his prime too.
Listen, I suffered.
I'm
Look,
sorry, though. He was the Diesel. He wasn't Shaq. Then he was the Diesel.
Listen, when Horry made that 3 against
free throws still.
Yo, when Horry made that 3 against Sacramento, nigga, I cried like a baby, man. Not literally, but
that's why you don't like Horry.
It broke me. Listen,
I get it now. You telling on yourself. You telling on yourself, Crook. That's why you think Rick Fox
I don't mean.
better.
But I'm telling you, I'm not crying literally, but I'm crying as in like somebody who was just.
That. But I'm saying now I know why you don't like Robert Horry. That's all.
Yeah,
fuck
now we know
Horry,
why.
man. Fuck that dude. Even when he was the Spurs, man, this dude killed me a little bit. You know, but
yeah, big shot, Rob.
Hey, let me tell you something. That Laker era with Shaq and Kobe, I hate the Lakers too.
I hate it. It was tough. It was a tough era, man. When the Spurs beat them, when they beat them that year, I think it was 2003, because the Lakers was going for 4 in a row.
Shout out to Tim Duncan, the most underappreciated NBA star of all time.
Listen,
I almost grabbed his jersey that year they beat the Lakers.
Yo, shout out to Tim Duncan and his basic shit, but that motherfucker.
Oh, he was nasty with the basics.
He was
He was nasty.
nasty, bro.
Hey, Popovich actually built that team the right way back then.
If there was no Tim Duncan, Popovich would be selling popsicles in Section 38, 45, 80.
Tony Parker too, though. Remember
Tony Parker?
Tony Parker took over for Tim down the stretch.
Yeah, Tony Parker.
He did.
Manu.
Yeah.
Manu Ginobili.
But you know, Duncan erased it. It's easy to play with Duncan, just like it's easy to play with Joker. As much as I'm not saying I like Tony and all them, but when you playing with someone that talented, bro,
But I'm just saying,
he enhances you.
Towards the end, you could see Duncan kind of give Tony the keys a little bit.
He did. He did.
No doubt.
He did. He did.
And that Spurs team had some great role players, bro. Woo, they had
man,
it was loaded. I think Steven Jackson was on one of them teams, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, Steven Jack was on there.
Mario Ely, on one of them, not the late team, but the early Spurs.
He was Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr was on one of them.
Rodman wasn't there. Rodman wasn't there when Duncan was there. Rodman was there when Robinson.
No. Rodman was pre all that shit.
Yeah, he was there when Robinson was there, though, right?
Yeah, he was Robinson. Yeah,
Rodman had all the colorful hair. He was on some other shit. He was about himself.
Then he went to the Bulls.
He was on his training shit before training and stuff.
When he went to the Bulls, it turned up though.
It's amazing how many rebounds that dude used to average.
He was a beast.
Shout out to him.
He was a beast.
At 6'6".
They're 6'6".
This dude averaged 20 rebounds a game. 20.
Never see that again.
20.
At 6'6".
Rodman was the truth. Defensively,
he studied the bounce. He studied how the ball bounced. That's what he said.
No, he's smart. He was actually a really smart ball player, yo.
Smart dude, man. But he was so
weird.
He
just lost his mind at the end. When he went Hollywood.
Honestly, at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck what you do off the court. Just get those rebounds. I don't care what you do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Do whatever you do. I ain't my business.
That's why he was good on the Bulls. Phil Jackson didn't care what he did.
You said he let him go do whatever.
He was like, who was that small center on the Detroit Pistons teams that won it?
Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace. That's what he reminded me of. Ben Wallace was short.
Ben Wallace was tough too.
He was tough, but he was a rebounder, defensive player.
I think he got in.
I think he did too.
But anybody gets in that Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I think DiBiase's in that. DiBiase from the Everest in that Hall of Fame. Yo, Stacks, Bob Shane's in that Hall of Fame. Oh no, he's dead.
I think that Hall of Fame is easy. NFL Hall of Fame easy to get into too. Like I don't know.
Pat Summit, Gino, you is crazy. Not that she don't deserve it, but I'm just saying everybody.
Pat deserves.
She deserves it.
Yeah, Pat deserves to be in there. Pat, remember Pat was winning before Gino. Pat was winning all them games. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. But Christian Laettner, but you could get in for your college stats too. I heard. That's what I heard.
I mean, if you're gonna go off college, yeah, I can go with Christian. Now, if you're gonna go off college stats, you can go with Christian Laettner.
He made it to
He's not in there.
NBA.
You got to put in that work, man.
got to put in the
It's
Hall
not
of Fame.
easy. You got to put in that
Anybody
work,
in
man.
NBA. Anybody.
Christian Laettner got
Nah,
put
I
in the
doubt
NBA
it. I think
Hall of
every
Fame.
level it's hard to get in the Hall of Fame.
No,
Look at
Curly
A-Rod.
Mill's in
A-Rod
there.
ain't in. Sammy Sosa's not in. Barry
because
Bonds
they
is not in.
cheated.
These guys,
You know why they Crook? You know
why they not in.
You know why they
understand.
hated him, Crook.
no. I understand. I understand.
You know
but
why
still,
them dudes are not in there.
It ain't because
they're
they
not in it.
couldn't hit the baseball, dog. We know that.
Big Poppy got in.
Poppy, we
He
ain't gonna do
never
that
got
to Poppy,
caught.
man. We ain't
Yeah,
gonna
but
do
he
that
was on
to
that
Poppy.
list. He was on the 2003 list.
Yeah,
he
but it
got
wasn't
in.
supposed to come out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
But
he was nice
that
with
great.
the media. And he was cool with the media.
And he was
that
cool with the
great.
beer.
I feel like A-Rod was that great. A-Rod is great. That's my
No,
favorite
A-Rod
guy
should be
right
in.
now.
You ain't telling me shit. A-Rod should be in. Sosa should be in. Palmeiro should be in.
Listen, I
Roger
fuck with
McGuire
A-Rod.
should be in. Roger
A-Rod's
Clemens
my
should
guy.
be in.
Yeah.
Andy Pettit should be in.
Yeah.
A lot of motherfuckers are not in.
Kurt Schilling should be in. No matter how you feel about them, these dudes should be in, bro. All this
Big
extra.
Poppy's
You
in.
see the guys that are getting in? They're gonna put Billy Wagner in, bro.
Who? Billy Wagner? How
Billy
you
Wagner's
know
gonna
that?
get in.
How you know he's gonna get in?
Cause they'll get crook. You ain't no one know. You think I know about basketball, my brother? You want to talk baseball with me?
No, until he gets in, we can't say shit.
He's gonna get in.
We'll see.
He got
Is he
74%
nominated
of
already?
the vote. 75%.
He's a closer. I know. He's a
What about
closer.
Manny? What about Manny? Manny ain't getting in?
Manny got
ain't getting
20%.
Manny ain't getting in, man. He needs to
Manny
cut his
should
hair,
be
though.
in there too,
Forget about Manny's hair. He could keep his hair the way he wants it.
Man,
Why is
hey,
he not getting in?
his hair is looking
Manny in there,
shady.
though? Jeff Bagwell ain't in there?
Manny's
Bagwell's
not
in
getting
there.
in. Manny
Manny should. How could you say
Man-
Manny's not getting in?
because he
though?
got caught for steroids twice.
Damn.
Billy Wagner's gonna get in.
Two
That's
times.
crazy.
2 times he got caught up. Twice.
Manny got caught with the joint?
Yeah, he got caught.
Twice.
I don't know twice. I
Twice.
thought he got caught up once.
He said cut
No,
his
he
hair.
got caught up twice because he
Nigga
tried to
tried to cut his
make
hair.
a comeback and they caught him again. Manny ain't getting in. That's why the Red Sox didn't retire his jersey. He should have been Manny, David Ortiz, and Pedro.
Yeah.
Manny,
Yeah.
Manny fucked up, man.
Towards the end, though, Manny kind of gave us his ass.
Manny fucked up, man. Manny fucked up. I feel bad
Yo,
because he should have
I
been
don't
up
feel
there,
bad.
man.
Yo, Manny made the bread with the Red Sox,
He did,
though.
man.
A little son, but he went through it already.
little A little something. A little something.
With okay,
He made
let's
a
do the
few
math.
$100 million. He made a few $100 million with them.
Yeah, he made the 200
few
million back
hundred.
in. Yeah, but after that, it was a wrap. He didn't make no
But
more
still,
after that.
That was a couple $100 million. He
then-
made.
then-
but
then-
he went through it.
The way he acted
You
towards
think he
the
went
way-
through that? Ah,
Yeah,
come
he went
on.
through it.
Yo, Cook, you saying he went through that?
He went through it.
and the way and the stone.
I'm not saying he's broke, but he went through it. That money's
the
gone.
way he
Motherfuckers are signing. Listen, dudes are signing right now 400, 500 million, like easy, like it ain't nothing. He signed for 200 million back in like what? I don't know, 90 something, almost 2000.
Yeah.
That's it. He didn't get no more after that.
But
After
equivalent
that,
to that, back then, that was big bread.
he went through it, man.
Wow.
He went through it, man. He's all right. I'm not saying he's broke. Like I said, no means he's broke. I'm sure he got dope, but
right.
Well, a lot of that
Who's
money was
signing for
deferred,
some change
so
right
he's gonna
now,
get
man?
a check for the next 40 years anyway. He ain't like he
I mean,
can't
I don't-
spend it all. 'cause
I'm
it's-
not watching his
a lot of it
pockets.
was
Like I
deferred.
don't know what investments he made and stuff like that, but Manny
He
played
invested in
himself.
steroids. That's why he kept getting caught.
Exactly. See what I'm saying? When you see guys doing stuff like that, going to that length,
Extreme.
That's why A-Rod ain't getting. Roger
No.
Clemens.
you can't say nothing
Palmeiro.
about A-Rod. A-Rod owned the Timberwolves. You can't
Yeah,
say
that's
nothing
fine,
about
but
him.
he ain't gonna get in the Hall of Fame.
He don't
That's
need
it.
to, man. He's an
He got
owner.
popped. He got popped.
He's an owner. He
But
don't
he
need to
got
get in the Hall
popped.
of Fame.
But he do
Yeah,
want
he
that Hall
wants
of
to get in the
Fame.
Hall of Fame.
He wants
he-
that Hall of Fame. Come
want-
on
Stop
now.
it,
want-
man.
Stop it, man.
Listen,
Stop.
He wants to get in.
He
the
wants
and he
more.
Can all he wants.
If you
he
ask
wants to
him,
get in.
A-Rod, what you want more? Hall of Fame or owning the Timberwolves outright? I want to own the Timberwolves outright.
You say that.
He don't own them Timberwolves outright.
He
Man,
own
he
the
like
Timberwolves.
5 parts.
They own. Look it up. Look it up.
He don't
They
own it outright. He don't own it
Owns it.
outright. He got part of it.
He has majority ownership. I said that on my on the couple of shows ago. That's why I gave him a shout out.
You get 100%, right? That's outright.
They majority owners.
No, majority. That means majority means
it's 51.
You're an owner. Majority means owner.
No, time out, Cook. Incorporation.
Look it up.
In the majority ownership, that means he owns the most shares, but there's still someone who owns 1% of that company.
Okay, so
he's the majority shareholder.
Right. That's what you want to be.
That don't mean he's the complete ownership, though.
Nobody's a complete owner of nothing. It's about who has the most shares.
No.
Jordan was complete owner of the
No. Mr. Kraft, the Kraft family owns their whole thing. The Hunt family owns their own thing. The guy Khan, he owns his own thing.
My man from the dude from the Clippers, Balmer. I think he owned the Clippers.
Matter
of fact, he built that stadium out of his pocket. He built that stadium out of his own pocket.
So yes, there is people who have group ownership, and then there is solid ownership. So yes, he's part of a
majority
group
owner.
He's a group
when you look at the ownership of the Timberwolves,
he wants to. Don't get me wrong. He wants to make that money. I'm just telling you, that shit stays in the Hall of Fame. I'll tell you that for a fact. That's a fact.
I know you right. I know that's your guy. He ain't getting
man. Ain't nobody messing with A-Rod right now, man. Ain't nobody messing with him, man. He got the Timberwolves. He got the Lynx. He got a good 80% ownership. You Google all that information. You're gonna see his face all over all that.
And bought the Lynx though.
Huh? No, they bought it's a package. They got the links.
I know, but I'm just saying. But as soon as you Google Timberwolves, it says Alex.
Look it up.
Yeah, it says him and Mark Lure own it. He has a partner.
Exactly, and that's it. Who else? Like who else is in there? Nobody.
That's a group. But that's a group. It's a group ownership.
The whole thing is. I know that, but he's part of that major group. So what happens is, whoever owns probably like that 15, the lower percent, it'd be like these little, people that just want to just invest in something, but they are majority owners. A-Rod and his man, those two guys, when you Google that, you see those two names. They're the major ownership group of the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Hold on, Stoney. I'm gonna put a fact out there for you. A-Rod only owns 48%. His partner owns 52%.
So he's the minority owner.
That's not minority.
Oh yeah. God!
Yes, it is. You gotta own more than 50%.
How's it minority?
You gotta own more than 50% to be the majority stakeholder.
No,
48% is less than 50, bro.
I didn't say A-Rod solo. I said A-Rod in the ownership group. A-Rod in his ownership group.
No. I corrected you and told you there's an ownership group.
No,
you said A-Rod owns the team outright. You said that. Now
A-Rod in his group. I said A-Rod in his group. I didn't say A-Rod by himself. I said A-Rod.
But he just gave you the facts though. A-Rod only owns 48%.
Only
the other
40%.
half, right? The other half of the group owns the majority
chunk
shares.
That is?
Yeah, but he's not the majority owner.
He's part of the group that's a majority owner. Because but listen, his partner that owns the 50-some% that you would say the majority, they partners. It's a group.
Of course,
it's a group.
But he still don't own. His part is still less than 50.
His part is more than enough to say I'm an owner.
Yeah, but it's still less than 50.
Listen,
Crook, if you own 20% of it, you can say you're an owner.
Yeah,
no.
15%.
That's different. It's
not different.
It's not. No.
20%. That's different.
No.
You talking about almost half? Come on, man. Get out of here.
Let me tell you something, Stone.
He has a partnership.
No. Let me tell you something.
No.
Let me explain something to you.
Google it. It's gonna say it.
Let me explain.
Google the shit, and it's gonna tell you.
No. I'm gonna give you some simple math. if you, Stoney, was part of Parlay with us, and we had let's say a
I own
200
a good
million.
chunk of this
Hold on.
parlay with us shit.
No.
Like,
Right.
go ahead. I own
All right,
I
hold
own a
up.
good chunk of this shit.
Let's
You
hold
own
on.
50%. I own 50%.
Oh,
And then we'll
Hey, yo,
negotiate
we got
the
cut
dough
out
and
the
hustle.
joint.
Stack.
No. I
Nah,
didn't
we
even
got to
cut them out.
negotiate.
No,
Hey.
I didn't
Hey,
cut nobody out.
Hey, can we get our paychecks then,
No,
though?
yo, listen, I didn't cut
We ain't
nobody
there
out.
yet.
I'm just about to
Go
break
ahead.
the pie down to you. I
Go
was
ahead,
about to
man.
break that down to
Where's
you.
my
Go ahead.
fucking W-2, Stoney?
Go ahead, man.
Put it this way: if you owned 35% of Parlay with us, you are at 35% owning stake. That means you don't own the majority of the shares, right? Same way, whoever owns the lesser, whatever it is, whatever. And if let's say I own 44%, I will be the majority, and then the whatever. That's just giving the numbers. So if A-Rod's under 50, yes, he makes the big moves. He is involved. He's part of the ownership group, but there's somebody above him who put in more money. That's
No,
all
but
it was.
okay,
That's all
that's
it's about.
okay. That's what I'm saying. It's fine. But
That's
if
it.
listen, if you look up, okay, that's perfectly fine. But if you look up the ownership of the Minnesota Timberwolves, if you look it up, it's gonna say A-Rod and I think Michael, whatever his name is.
Michael Lord.
It's
Right,
right.
but you know why
They're
they put A-Rod out there? He's the superstar.
Yeah, of course they're gonna put
Okay.
A-Rod because everybody fucking knows who he is. We're gonna put
That's
No,
right.
but
He's the
listen.
Like,
face.
come on, man.
No,
They
but
ain't gonna
That
put
don't
listen.
mean
Michael
shit. Of
Law.
course he's
That
gonna
don't
put
mean
A-Rod's
No,
face
but
on it.
listen, listen
A-Rod.
what happened. Listen what happened. They was able to acquire more of the shares of the team and own it outright because the original owner, Glenn, whatever his fucking
Taylor.
name was, he sold the rest of his shares to that group because it was Glenn, whatever his name was, he was the
Taylor.
majority owner. He owned everything. He sold a piece to A-Rod and his group. It was A-Rod and that guy. He sold a little bit percentage of that group. After a couple of years, he gave them the rest of the ownership of that group, which made them majority owners. It wasn't just A-Rod. It wasn't just his man. It was both of them collectively owning that good chunk of that team. And
I
that's
understand what you're
what I
saying.
was saying. He's a
understand.
majority owner. He's part of that group, like Magic Johnson. People see they bought Commanders. Magic Johnson in his ownership group bought the Washington Commanders from Daniel Snyder. They bought that fucking team. They own that shit majority outright. But it's Magic Johnson and his ownership group. They own that fucking team.
Right,
Magic
but
Johnson
Magic
may
Peace.
own.
Right, but
Magic
Yeah,
is just
peace.
the face. That dude Harris
he's
that
just
owns
the
the
face.
Sixers own
And
that
his
team.
piece,
Magic
his
owns like
piece,
it's just
who knows?
It's just the face.
Yeah,
No, Magic
He
owns a
shit.
good chunk of that. He's
yeah,
part of
but
that shit.
yeah, but his fraction might
Harris
not
is the
be
one that owns that
his
team. The one
fraction.
that owns the Sixers. He
No,
owns the
but you
Sixers.
know how Magic bought a good piece because Magic has shares with the Dodgers, and that money he made with the Dodgers, he was able to buy almost an equal amount of shares for the Washington Commanders. That's what allowed Magic Johnson to buy the Commanders because of all the money he made with the Dodgers. Magic
But
has
he's not
shares
the
with the
outright.
Dodgers.
He's still not the outright owner though.
He's not, but he's part of that group that gets
He's
a
part
good
of the
chunk.
group. Yeah, he gets his
Because
chunk.
think about it. Listen, without Magic, that group wouldn't get the team. Just
You're
like the
probably
team,
right.
like
I agree with
this.
that. You know why? Because Magic
That's
got
what
his name,
His name.
But
his
it's
likeness.
the same thing with A-Rod. Without A-Rod's contributions, that dude Michael Cohen wouldn't have
No,
been
I
able
agree
to
with
buy
that.
the
I agree with
Timberwolves.
that because they're gonna use that likeness. They're gonna
Yeah,
use that
because
likeness.
It's a ownership group.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Red Sox. You think John Henry's gonna own that team outright? No, he needed the motherfucker. What's his man
Warner.
that's next to him?
Tom
He
Warner.
needed
Warner.
Time Warner.
Yep.
Who's Time Warner? He owns those
He's the one
networks,
that does Cosby Show.
and he owns the networks.
But
John
there's a
Henry's
lot,
not getting the Red Sox without Time Warner.
there's a few
without
owners.
Warner.
Like there's a few owners that own teams outright though.
Outright though. Like
Very
I just
few.
told
Carolina
you
Panthers,
the
Clippers,
Khan
The-
family, the Khan family, the
Yeah.
Hunt family,
they own the
Listen,
Jacksonville Jaguars.
the
Khan
Brown,
family
the
owns-
Brown family.
Listen, the team, the
dudes that own
Walmart
the
that bought Denver
Steelers.
Broncos
The Rooney family owns the Steelers. They own the
The
Steelers.
Rooney family.
outright. Exactly.
The
There's no
Ford
ownership
family.
group.
The
The
Ford
Ford family with the Lions.
You gotta be careful. What you gotta be careful. What you're not realizing in them shares. Like, say you bring your people in and you own the majority, but you selling your share. This Papa John's. That's how. Remember that dude said some racist shit. He was the owner of Papa John's.
Right.
But the shareholders put all their shit together, and their shares were outnumbered.
Yeah, his numbers, right,
Yeah,
right.
and that's how you get your ass up out of there.
And
That's
you
how
get Shaq in there with his face to be the
Yep,
spokesperson,
yep.
and he probably
You
owns
gotta
the
be
share.
careful.
And
Be
Shaq,
careful.
they gave Shaq some shares and they gave
Yep.
Shaq some ownership just to bring back.
Yeah, you bring so
Right.
you bring in people. Yeah, you might own 50% or 48, whatever. Not A-Rod. I'm talking about the dude Michael Lord too. He may even have people on his side. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, look what my wife said. 25, 25, 25. She's right. I hear you, babe. I don't know.
Hey, Miss Christopher, we didn't say that. Stoney's kicked me.
I don't know what Stoney was trying to take all the bread. He was
Yeah.
saying 50,
Listen,
50. Yeah, I don't know what
I ain't
that
trying to take all the bread. I'm just saying we gotta get to the round table and talk
Nah, you ain't
business.
say that, Nick. You ain't, I can't say the N word. You ain't say that, yo. You said y'all own 50-50. Yeah, what you said.
Nah, man. My
He
guys,
said, "Yo, y'all can keep
listen.
it." He said, "Y'all can
my
kick
guys,
rocks."
my
Listen,
guys
no,
got percentage in this. We all put in our bid working.
Listen,
Yo, let me tell you
it's
something.
not like you acting like we getting checks right now. We ain't
No,
getting
no,
no
no.
checks
we
yet,
ain't
man.
We ain't getting checks.
I
But
would
when
I'm
that
over there
time
talking
happens,
shit.
First of all,
when that time happens,
I'm
We
saying
ain't
this.
getting checks, man.
not yet.
Don't get Sean Doe amp. Sean looking in the camera like, yo,
He's about to diddy us.
like he's ready to get a check.
Look, I love you, man.
Now
Don't bring that. Don't do that. Don't do
that
that.
motherfucker's like, yo, he's looking in the camera like, hold on, man. Like,
Don't do that.
That's funny, man. She said you about to diddy us.
listen,
Oh man,
nobody's getting
Stoney.
checks yet.
Yo,
Stoney,
Bo, we gonna have
Stoney,
you walk for the cheesecake.
I ain't
though.
gonna get no cheesecake for you, brother. I don't care what you
Yeah, we
say.
gonna go with the cheesecake, Stoney.
Nah, listen.
And I ain't going to no parties with you either.
I ain't making you walk nowhere, man.
Yo, he might get giddy. He might get giddy in the party, right?
He might get giddy. Woo!
Nah, Giddy got off, man.
I know Giddy did.
He
get
did.
off.
Giddy's cleared,
You
man.
know why? Because he owned the majority shares in his company.
Probably.
Hey, Stoney, you know he wrote that check. You know he wrote that check.
Yo, listen, I'm talking it into existence. We will one day get our check, bro. We working
We'll
hard
get our
on this
check,
thing.
man. We're
will
gonna get
get
at the
our
round
check.
table,
Trust
man.
me,
We ain't gonna. I can tell you one thing: we ain't gonna be laughing like we laughing now. Shit's gonna be serious. Motherfuckers gonna be looking at each other on some serious shit. Like, yo,
shout out
what
to
you
wifey,
say?
man. It's all love. It is true.
She
It's all
funny,
love.
Stoney. She said you about to diddy us.
Listen,
Diddy us, yo.
nah, man. Listen, it's all love, man. But when we get to that round,
You ain't about to have me like rest in peace, Black
Hey, you
Ron.
don't
Listen.
want me to do the Sean Doe spinoff like Skip Bayless did.
listen, when we get to
Hey, yo,
Yo,
you
we-
have me like G-Dep seeing ghosts admitting that I murdered somebody.
listen, we get to that round table, it ain't gonna be too much laughing. Everybody,
We might do.
everybody's gonna be
We might
serious.
do Stoney like he did Shine and put Stoney back in the Dominican.
Hey, that's what the lawyers are for, Crook. I won't even be in the meeting. I'll just call my lawyer, bro. I won't even be there.
That's all right.
Nah, man, have them lawyers ready,
don't
man.
worry. Don't worry
them
about
lawyers
that.
ready, man.
I'll have all that under control, guys, man. That's why I'm the
Man, let
program
me tell you something.
director.
Before I let
Don't worry about
y'all my
that.
brothers, I would never let a dollar.
Never. That's why I said I'll have
man.
that
No,
under
no.
control. That would never go that
No,
way.
no.
Everybody's going to eat lovely once we make our
We all gonna eat,
mark.
man.
Yo,
Trust
shout
me.
it out, cause you see all these guys that do these podcasts. Like, what's that show? I Am Athlete. That's why they split up.
You see why they split up?
Yeah, but they didn't
Money's
grow up
going
together.
serious.
But they didn't grow up together.
That's
but
true.
money is funny though.
Money
Yeah,
make people
it can
funny,
make people
bro.
funny though.
Yo, that's why they got
Them-
I Am
them-
Athlete,
yo,
and
Matt
they got the
Foster,
pivot.
you're right.
That's what the pivot was, the spinoff from I Am Athlete, because
But
them
you know what
dudes,
the old saying is for people
know?
that do rap music? When you you sample something and you gotta pay it, they're like, hey, I'd rather sample it. And if they suing me, that means I'm already making $1 million. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
That
if
is
there's
true.
something really gonna happen, that means we made it. So shit. I don't think anybody's gonna be mad. You know what I mean?
Stoney, that's the corduroy hat. I see the corduroy hats trying to make a comeback.
Hell yeah, man.
Well, shout out. Y'all got your gear back though. I see you, Stacks. Stoney left your
Corduroy
nice
joint.
hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see the. So you got that's the corduroy. Yeah,
Even Bean
Corduroy
with the
joint.
hat. That's a throwback with the night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm
Corduroy
trying to,
joint
you know.
Patriot
I
shit.
see the corduroy joint trying to make a comeback, right? Remember the corduroy pants?
Yeah, the corduroy.
Oh,
Yo,
yeah.
they came
Yeah.
back out
I'm
with
trying to get on
corduroy
the Nike
pants.
app and get the ACGs, man. I'm trying to go old school. I'm trying to
Oh,
get the ACG boots.
ACG.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Get
the
on that
ACG
Nike app.
boots. Yeah, the Nike.
Yeah, good luck with
I've
that.
been working all weekend, 5 in the morning. I need to treat myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm saying
Exactly.
something,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Every now and again, you gotta do that though.
For
You
sure.
don't.
Got
You
to,
do.
man.
You
Trust
gotta do
me.
that, man. I
You
mean,
know,
self to self.
Self to self.
Some
Seriously.
dudes call me up 5 in the morning while I talk about some rap beef. I'm over here mopping the floor downtown at a fucking hotel. I don't want to talk about no rap beef. Nigga, I'm over here working.
Let me tell you the funniest story about Doe. I'm getting out the shower. It's 5:45 in the morning.
He texts
The
us.
day Marcus Smart get traded, he called me at 5:45 in the morning. You would have thought Larry Bird was back on the Celtics.
This so hard of mine. I'm gonna let it shine.
Yo,
let it shine. Let it shine.
Trade Marcus Smart. We got Porzingis and 2 first-round picks for Marcus Smart. Yo, shout out to Brad Stevens.
And,
Yeah, you know what he's
and,
doing.
and shout out to Marcus Smart because he always treated my girls and her kids and everybody. I actually got the chance to meet. He's a good dude, man. On the court after the game, good dude.
Yeah.
Shout out
sure.
to Marcus Smart.
So, guys, I'm ending the show. We had a
I
good
love you
show.
guys, man. Love
Yeah,
y'all,
man. It was a
Oh,
it was a
yeah.
good show, man. It was good. We
Back
got to
Thursday,
chop it
man.
up.
And we don't be
You know what I
acting.
mean?
That's real arguments.
This is no for
That
real.
nigga said that nigga, hey, Story said, I own 50, it's 50-50.
Cut y'all out. Yo,
No, the best thing Crook
He
said,
cut
he's
y'all
like,
out.
yo, when we get to the round table, we ain't gonna be laughing like this.
Yo, Stoney was funny. Yo, nah, man, it's 50.
Donuts are gonna be flying, coffee's gonna be going all over the place.
listen.
We're gonna be calling each other by our government names.
I got
Stoney
it
there
under
talking to
control.
his lawyer in Dominican.
Nah, but
I got
listen,
it.
you know when we sipping and we feeling some type of
He's
way,
gonna have a
man,
little bit of that.
things come out the wrong way,
We
you
ain't gonna
know.
know what he's talking about.
She said the 4
The 4
heartbeats.
heartbeats. I feel you. I'm not Eddie Kane. I'm sober. I'm Eddie Kane in the church. I'm sober. I used to be Eddie Kane.
We signed a
Now I'm
contract. Yeah.
Yo, Stoney Big Red, right?
Stoney's Big
Oh,
Red.
Big Red.
My
Stoney's
office
Big
hours
Red.
are from 9 to 5. My office hours are from 9 to 5.
Stoney's
I might
Big
watch that
Red.
movie tonight. Thank you, Beans' wife. I appreciate that.
Yo,
I'm
that
off
shit
tomorrow. I
was
might
funny,
put
right?
that on tonight.
Yo, Big Red came to the funeral crying, right?
He did, right?
Yo, remember it's here. Yo, it's here. We all over the
His
place.
hair was all over the place.
Yo, then he grabbed somebody. Who he grabbed up his hair went all over the place.
Oh,
The
that
dude
was the
that tried to
other
talk
light
business with him.
Yeah.
He said my office hours are from 9 to 5. Then he threw him off the roof or something.
Yeah,
It was crazy.
something.
Big
was
Red
crazy.
was wild,
Crazy.
bro.
Yo, Big Red was wild, yo.
He was Suge Knight before Suge Knight.
He was Suge Knight before Suge.
I gotta watch that joint again.
Yo, every time
Nah,
I watch it,
that's
yo,
my movie, bro.
Yo,
I
that's
could
the
quote
movie,
half
yo.
that movie, bro. It's crazy.
that movie's a great movie. Good
That's
movie,
my
man.
brother. You slept with my brother.
Shout out to Stoney, man.
Yeah.
Stoney funny, man.
Yeah.
9 to 5. Tell you.
Yo, Stoney
Yep.
said, yo, it's 50-50.
You know what I should have never did? I never should have showed my weakness and said, Stoney and Beans, I love y'all, man. Thanks for bringing me on. Right when I did that, Stoney's like, yeah, he's 10%. He's 10%. He told me, he's like, thanks for bringing me on. Stoney's like, he's 10%. You know I love you, Dominican brothers. You know how it gets down.
I ain't got no problem saying Beans and Stoney started this way. I would say that to the lawyer or whoever it is. You know what I'm saying? Beans and Stoney started the way. That's it. Now that the shares, if the shares and Beans and Stoney's way, yeah, I get it. Y'all started this shit. I'll never be like that. Like that's what it is. I own a business, so I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So
That being said, that means Stacks wants his 25% still.
I'll do the 10. I'll grow.
Nah, I wouldn't even do that.
Hey,
It'll be
20.
it'll be lovely.
Hey,
It'll
yo.
be lovely.
Hey, I look at it as 10 more than I
I'm from
had.
Roxbury. I'm winning at least 23%. I'm from
Yeah,
Roxbury.
it'll be
Nah,
lovely.
man,
It'll be-
Odd number, right?
yeah.
Well, because you got to think about it.
You gotta
Like,
fuck with the accountant with the odd number.
No, but think about this. Like, if we was offered some shit, it's all of us. It's not like they offered us some shit when it was just me and Beans. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Exactly.
You see what I mean? So we get offered some shit.
We get offered some shit. They taking the show.
It's
They
just
ain't
all
taking
four.
just me.
All four
They ain't
motherfuckers.
taking just Crook. They taking all of us.
Yeah, but
We
So
all
then
gotta go.
we all
Well, you
gotta
know what
we
it
all
is?
gotta get it.
We all have
Yeah.
our way. We all have our gumbo. You know what I mean? We got
Mhm.
some spice, this spice.
Mhm.
Because they ain't gonna take it with 3 of us. They ain't gonna take it with 2. They want
Nope.
4.
I gotta be.
They
It gotta
want
be
all
all four.
It's a
That's the only way
it's
it's gonna
Hollywood
work.
Square.
parlay.
Hey,
It's a
yo,
parlay with
you
us.
see
That's
it?
what it is.
Pat Mahomes said I'm smoking this Josh Allen pack again. Don't know his pops just said, though, I'm smoking this Josh Allen pack for the 3rd time.
That's
Crazy, man. That's
That's
just crazy,
crazy.
man.
Yo,
Crazy.
You know what's gonna happen? That's gonna bite his ass in Baltimore. I'll tell you that.
yeah,
They supposed to lose to Baltimore though. At the end of the day,
No.
We're gonna see, man.
No. I'm
It's
Matthew
not-
Pass.
I don't know what I don't know what to do with that game.
Stoney, I'm with you. I thought Buffalo would beat them. There's no doubt in my mind. If you listen, I ain't a gambling man like y'all do. Y'all do y'all thing. But if you would have told me to put something on that, I would have put a little bit on that. Like, that's how confident I was that Buffalo was going. That's why I'm so upset that when you get put in a perfect situation to finally get over that hump and you don't do it, dog. Like, that just bothers me. It just bothers me that and then not to saying though you made excuses with them for the defense. I'm tired of hearing excuses for these.
No, they had an opportunity. They had the ball deep in their zone.
But Crook, every time they play them, they have opportunities, and they can't beat this dude. They can't beat him.
They can't beat him.
He's
that kryptonite.
It reminds me of the Colts with the Patriots. Remember the Colts? Man, it couldn't beat Brady for a while.
They couldn't beat Brady for a long time.
For a long time. Let's see what happens.
Long time. So guys,
beat him.
Yo, we did a long show for a late show. It was great. I appreciate it. Listen, the banter was good. We chop it up. We talking business. We talk about what we got. Shout out to Stoney, throwing it out there, man, to put the business part out there. But we all know once we get that, if we even get the call, it's going down right. It's going down right, and it's going to be done.
Yo, shout out to Stoney. Yo, them Spanish cats stick together. He said, nah, man, A-Rod own the joint, man.
No, it's the truth, dog. A-Rod, he's about to
that's man. People would have been split with each other, right?
Listen, that's my guy, man. I'm on A-Rod. That's my dude right now, man.
His man.
Yo, I want to move my screen. Could you see? You want to see something?
What's that?
The only thing I'm against A-Rod is he fuck with the Yankees. That's the only thing I got a problem with him. And I told him already.
I can't
see that.
What's that?
That's A-Rod in high school.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yo,
listen, the only problem I got with A-Rod is he was the Yankees. I already told him that already.
How good would that Mariner team would have been if they'd have kept him and Griffey together?
They would have been great.
It would have been good.
It's just the world they living in that day. We're chasing that
dough.
A-Rod
want that paper, so he went to Texas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he got that first big contract.
And Griffey got that. And Griffey got that big money in Seattle.
Yeah.
Well, he went to Cincinnati.
And Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. Yeah. That's right.
Yo,
but Joe, listen.
Yes, sir.
Let's end it, man. It was a good show, guys. I know everybody. Some people. I know some of y'all got work tomorrow, and some of us don't. I'm off. I'm lucky, but I still got clients and other stuff to do. So it ain't over. But Joe, man, it was a good one. We had a good show, guys. We'll see each other on Thursday. It is Parlay with us. Please hit the like and subscribe, people. If you're watching this again, if you're gonna review it and watch it. I know it's a late one, but it was a good one. This was the NFL playoffs. We gave you some NBA talk. And we just talked some culture talk amongst ourselves, which was business. So, nobody's getting left out. I am the program director. I did birthed the thing, and you know, so
Here we
it'll
go,
be
here we go.
no. I'm talking about the idea.
Thumbs up on him. That's wifey,
No,
right?
no. I'm talking about the idea of us doing this together. Doing this together. I kind of like I brainstormed it, and we all put in. Then Stoney jumped in, and we all jumped in. We did this collectively. This is not a one-man show. So with that being said, hit the thumbs up, the like button. It's Parlay with us. Yo, guys, I'll see y'all on Thursday. We out.
Yeah, God, to make moves. Doobie don't snooze. It's on your back, cause they hate you. Dog break through, son get through, but don't break you.